Don't start again. What are you doing?
I'm touching things.
I don't think it was you, actually, this time. I blame the overlords of whatever. It's soccer over there. It's chaos. It's shenanigans. It's buffoonery. It's lots of stuff. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff in the first hour, and then we're going to talk about a lot of games in the second hour. That's picks of the week. And we got a weird week to talk about because last week was weird, and this week is weird because of last week being weird. And yeah, we just try to figure it out as we go.
I got a question.
Yeah.
How did our friends at Midtjylland do?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about Midtjylland. We'll talk about a few other clubs that we will introduce you to. I don't think any of them have any sayings about 400 drunken rabbits, but we'll see what happens. We'll get into all that as we go. Picks of the week. First hour, that's one we're going to talk about. 13. That's on the list. We're going to get into Michael Carrick, and we're going to get into Club World Cup to Brazil, possibly in 2029. We're going to get into Champions League because it's match day 8 on Wednesday. We're going to talk some Ricardo Pepi and Fulham, if you've seen Goal the Dream Begins. And we will get into a little bit of NWSL / the rest of the world conversation as well. But we'll go ahead and throw this out there to start with. Probably not too many before Xabi Alonso. Well, I don't know. It might be what's left in the season. If I'm Xabi and the Liverpool job becomes open, and yes, there's a chance that it does. I'm saying I don't want it until I can actually build the team in the summer. I think you run the risk of taking it now and souring. Maybe I'm just a little gun shy after what happened with Wilfred Nancy and Celtic and other situations like this. Ange Postecoglou at Nottingham Forest. I mean, if you want to build something, if you're a manager who wants to build something, you don't want to just say, you don't want to be a relegation fight specialist guy, which means you have no tactics. And it's literally just going to be, I'm going to yell at guys. I'm going to threaten their lives. We're going to sit back and defend. And yes, then we're going to break out and run. Like, yeah, you don't need a lot of time to do that. Yes, Sam Allardyce, we're talking about you. If you want to actually coach, you would be better off taking it in the summer. You just would. You'd be able to build the team a little bit with some transfers coming in. It's a World Cup year, so that adds a little more chaos to it, but you'd be able to build the tactics you want. So if I'm Xabi Alonso and it comes open, which I don't think it will come open till the summer. I don't think, and if I'm Liverpool, I think you owe it to Arne Slot, who won a league title last year. It hasn't been good this year. And if you want to make a change, I'm not going to argue with you about it. But you owe it to him to finish the season. And I think he deserves that respect for having won a league title.
And you're seeing the reports, pundit du jour sitting there saying that if they don't qualify for Champions League, that Arne Slot has to, he's got to leave. You got to get rid of him. All these.
No. Hold on. I'm not against them moving on.
Yeah.
Now, you're talking about they don't qualify for Champions League. That's at the end of the year. Yeah. What, you think it's crazy to want to move on from him, period?
I don't think – I think that if you – to your point that you made,
hold on, John. My point is specifically if you move on from him now, if I'm Xabi Alonso, I don't take it till the summer.
Right.
I am saying they should not move on from him now. What you're saying and what I'm saying are two different things. That's why I need to clarify.
Okay, well – What I'm saying, I'm in agreement with you specifically, but there are reports in England that you have folks saying that if he does not qualify for Champions League this year, that he should go.
Yeah, but that's coming at the end of the season. That's what I'm talking about.
And then you have the silly reactionary folks that are yelling at the top of their lungs that, this run of form X, Y, or Z, they've lost 2 in a row. The sky is falling, whatever. They're not at the top of the ladder.
No, they've been bad. They have not been a good team this year. They have not been where they should be this year. Should they have done what they did last year? Maybe not. Maybe that was a little bit of a surprise. Maybe things all fell their way. But should they be where they are this year? No, they shouldn't be. And ultimately, at a club like Liverpool, like it or not, that's gonna cost you your job. So I'm not saying it's crazy to think about moving on from him at all. I'm saying you don't do it now. You don't do it in the middle of the season. He won you a league title last year. You give him the opportunity to finish the year and finish the chapter. And if you decide at the end of that chapter you don't like where the book's going, change it. That's fine. You can do that. No problem with that. That's giving him an opportunity to fix the mistakes. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Like it's a very important distinction, and this is why, like when we talk on this show and we talk on SDH in general, we're not just going to blow a hot take out there and just yay, no, blah. It's the context here, the distinction. To me, if you fired him tomorrow, that's not the right move to make if you're Liverpool, period. And if you're Xabi Alonso, who probably will be the next Liverpool manager, you shouldn't take it yet. Tell a caretaker to finish the year out. If you get to the end of the year, wherever, because they're not going to win the league title, wherever they finish, if they don't qualify for Champions League, I think it's an easier decision. But even if they qualify, if they get into the 4th spot, okay. If you make the decision at the end of the season, you know what? We think we can do better. And I think Xabi Alonso is a great coach. And if you think you improve by doing that at the end of the season, that's fine. That's the job. That's the gig. That's what you do as a coach. So I don't have a problem with that. And the pundits can, again, this is where like pundits can go wherever they want and yell. I'm being really clear. Make sure that he finishes the year, or I think they're making a mistake. I don't think they're treating him right. If they get to the end of the year and they decide to move on, hey, that's football, as they say.
Points lost, and I know that folks look at these kinds of statistics. Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool's dropped 11 points in their last 5 Premier League games with no wins. And this was back 2 days ago was when this information was put out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they've also got points lost from winning positions, 6 points lost from winning positions this year. So you look at, okay, with those 2 stats, if you're looking at recent returns and an aging back line, Virgil van Dijk is not the same player this year that he has been in years previous, obviously, because you get older and slower and such.
There's that.
But you see all of these things happening together, all of this information pieced together. And the start that they got off to, then trying to resurrect that, and then coming back to where they are, you're trying to figure out what direction you're going in. And with all of these things that are all the points lost information, for me, I'm like, okay, how much of that is the roster? How much of that is the coach? But I think at the end of the day, the coach is.
Whoa. You're going to blame the roster now after they won a league title and they spent unknown amounts of money in the summer.
450 million, yeah.
But he doesn't have enough to work with. Nah, you don't get that argument here. No. He hasn't had a good season. And at some clubs, you don't get a lot of time to hope you're going to have a good season next time. And Liverpool's one of those clubs.
Right.
And I'm very much like give the manager time to cook. This would be year 2, and it's went downhill, I think, dramatically. We can argue about the recruitment strategy and where they recruited and what they added and should they've added and did it throw the balance off. Like all that's fine to talk about, but you can't complain about not having enough talent. You can't make that comment. If you're Arne Slot, you can't make that comment about giving him an excuse. I think if Xabi Alonso was not available, I think it'd be a different conversation. I really do. You're talking about a club legend as a player. You're talking about a highly regarded manager who Real Madrid doesn't really highly regard managers. They want babysitters in the locker room. And look, it's worked for them. They've won things with those kinds of managers who are not asking a ton of the players. It is a little more rah-rah because they're able to just out-talent a lot of people. I think there's limitations to that. Shabby didn't fit there culturally, even though he knew it as a player. I think he fits Liverpool really well, and him being available changes this equation, in my opinion. But we have a little bit of this. I think we do. Little bit of the breaking news, kind of a crossover from SDHAM. Orlando City is going to sell Alex Freeman to Villarreal, $4 million, around $3 million in add-ons, and a sell-on clause. Orlando offered U22 initiative contract extensions. Freeman ready to go. Freeman also happy his club that he's developed at gets a fee. He's not leaving on a free. Freeman, I feel like all of last year we were talking this guy up. Having the chance to see Orlando City B as much as we do, I've seen him for a while and have rated him. It finally really clicked for him, and he is the prototype of a modern fullback. And he is a guy who I said last year, I want to say Gold Cup going into it, maybe during Gold Cup. He's the one that I think could take the biggest jump going into the World Cup and be the one who breaks forward into that starting 11. And I think he gives you the perfect guy to play as a right-sided center back in a 3, which is what it seems like Pochettino is settled on with this group. So love the move. Love that he's going to get to La Liga now. Love that he's going to go to a club that I think does things the right way. Love the situation all the way around.
And I'm right there with you. I have wondered when that next step was going to be with Freeman. And if it's the 4 million now I turn my attention back to Orlando City and what they're going to do with that 4 million and who they're going to be chasing after, or are they happy with what they have? And I guess this lends itself to me giving a check in with Mike Gramajo to find out what he thinks about the Alex Freeman exit and what it's going to look like from there now.
Well, I want to make let me say this because I think you might have been trying to throw a little bit of shade at Orlando there, and
Not at all.
well, you kind of did a little bit in like, well, what are they going to do now? And I had to look at them. They did the right thing here all the way around. He was coming out of contract at the end of the year. They tried to sign him. They couldn't come to terms. He wanted to go. He's going into the last year. So you're making those decisions. He wants to go. There's not a contract there for him because U22 initiative, I mean, you could pretty much go wherever you want with that because he's a homegrown. He didn't want to take it. So you move on now. So you get this kind of return and an add-on. Everybody wins in it. So I think there's absolutely no shade with the way Orlando's handled it. I think you look at what they have. They have another young player, a year younger than Freeman, and I think a little bit further back. I mean, you can't expect him to be the same level. Zachary Taifi, who is a talented player, a guy that, again, I've seen a decent bit over the years, and I think he's got potential. He's not going to be a like for like, and you shouldn't expect him to be. They are a little thin on the back line right now, so you would expect him to go out into the market. Now, the question, it's not about just going out and replacing him like for like. If you believe Taifi is somebody who can be a first-team guy, when? And if you know now, okay, we can take the lumps with him. We know he's going to make some mistakes, but we're going to play him now. Cool. Then you go and you reinvest somewhere else. Maybe you go get a veteran to back it up. If you're like, well, we think he could be a first team guy, but he's not right now. And we need to get somebody because I think Orlando needs to be competitive. Okay, then you got to go spend. So it really depends on where you rate Taifi because you have another kid, a 20-year-old coming up. And to me, I'm never going to just go sign somebody to sign somebody in that situation. If he's ready, play him and take your lumps and develop him. If he's not ready, and I think he's in the ballpark, but I'm not seeing him every day. If he's not ready, then you need to figure out, is he never going to be ready? Then move on, period. Don't string him along. And if you think he's going to be ready, but not yet, then that's going to affect like what you go do. That's going to be the challenge.
Sorry, I was also doing math of the 7 players that Liverpool had signed in the offseason, trying to figure out productivity this year while we
A
were
lot, and again, Arne Slot cannot complain about not having enough talent. If he does, I would laugh him out of the room and revoke his credentials right away.
Ekitike has 8 of the 14 goals from
Not about that. It's not about that. Talent. It's not about like performances. It's talent. And D Graham, I thoroughly disagree with your sentiment in the chat. I'm going to leave it there. I am not going to sanction that move at all. Let's see. So we were going to talk about Michael Carrick a little bit. We're talking managers, so it all fits. You've got a decision to make in Manchester here because you've got a situation where you thought you just brought in a caretaker, get you through the end of the year, you see what's available. Because look, at the end of the year, you could have Mauricio Pochettino available because I think he'll go back to the Premier League. You could have Carlo Ancelotti, although there's a lot of talk in Brazil, they're going to sign him to a new deal. Maybe he digs Carnival. I don't know. You could have, I mean, there's the crazy scenario where you have Lionel Scaloni available if you want to go down that road, even though he's never managed at the club level. There's quite a few different managers that are going to be at the World Cup. Thomas Tuchel. I mean, if you're Manchester United, you didn't want to hire somebody now. I said it when he was let go at Real Madrid. I would have put a blank sheet of paper in front of Xabi Alonso and said, whatever you want. But I don't think Xabi Alonso would take another job in England if it's not Liverpool. But I'd still put a blank sheet of paper in front of him and see what he says. But if you've decided, okay, cool, we're not going to hire anybody right now. We're going to look for Pochettino. We're going to look for Tuchel. We're going to talk to these folks. We're going to see what's available in the summer. Cool. Michael Carrick's complicating that scenario right now.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Carrick is making it a little difficult for you to settle in on this right now because he's winning and he's winning big games. And Jarrett Smith's team is not winning, and I am thoroughly enjoying the misery of Celtic these days. Sorry, Jarrett. No, nothing personal. I just don't like your team right now.
I like how I just rolled in and immediately get hit by a bus.
Yeah, you know, I'm fired up today. Michael Carrick is
fine.
complicating life. Martin O'Neill maybe complicated things for Celtic a little bit.
We've been over this. We don't need to rehash. The Celtic, again, we reiterate, simple answers are not really a possibility, especially in world soccer. Oftentimes it's not you just do A, B, and C. It's not that simple. It's oftentimes very complicated. Celtic situation is complicated and was done in by basically multiple years of ham-handed. The people making decisions had the
Manchester United's not too far off from that, honestly. Manchester United and Ruben Amorim and him losing his job and the people who lost their jobs before Ruben Amorim, pretty similar story, to be honest.
Yeah, and Celtics going to keep Martin O'Neill there. They're in third place right now. They're going to keep him to the end of the year. Watch them hire some Scottish retread. By the way, you want one really dumb rumor that connects both of these teams, or sure. I'm sorry, connects both of those countries?
Sure.
I believe it was Talk Sport was floating the idea that after the World Cup in the summer, Steve Clark could be a name to watch for Manchester United.
Oh, no, I did not receive that. That's hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah. Steve Clark, Man U, baby. I think he could manage because Scotland national team and Manchester United are like comparing apples to freight trains.
Yes.
But I think he is capable of managing. I think he has the right personality to manage the men.
Yeah.
However, the actual functional style and tactics, buddy.
It's too big of a club with too big of ambition for him. Like
to be playing.
If he went to Celtic, it would not shock me. Okay. If he went to a mid to lower tier Premier League team or an upper tier championship team, okay, that's fine.
Steve Clark, Norwich City. Please put.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Please put Steve Clark at Wrexham. I want all of the people associated with Wrexham to have to endure Steve Clark.
No, they might get promoted again, especially if they keep winning games.
They really might. They pulled one out this week, man.
They might do the 4 in a row. Is that 4 in a row?
Yeah, it would be 4.
They've done 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, what are you drinking tonight?
Kickstart.
John is drinking a Kickstart at 8:23. That's dangerous.
I mean, I got rum and Coke, so.
I mean, I got the Fernet and Coke. I'm keeping it simple.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if Norwich gets relegated, they won't hang on to Philippe Clement. So then that would create an opening, which would make sense.
He could go to Leicester. They're available now.
Yeah, because Cifuentes got dismissed yesterday, as a matter.
Yes,
and they're bringing back one of their former players as thinking about bringing back a former player as a caretaker manager.
Yeah. Now here's the thing with Carrick, just to keep in mind,
works.
it can fail too. There's no guarantees in any of this, and I think Carrick kind of shows you a little bit of that, because nobody expected Manchester United to beat Arsenal and beat City in the same week. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody predicted. There was not anybody who had that on a bingo card. And it's not that Michael Carrick did anything complicated. He honestly kept it from being complicated. He's pretty much made everything simpler. He's kept everything just pretty basic in a way. And that's probably what this team needed. And maybe he's recognized that. I think you do have to be careful. I'm not thoroughly against them hiring him at all, because he has been a very well thought of young manager. But you have to be careful in the sense that, and we've talked about new manager bump and that kind of thing before. You have to be careful in the sense that maybe he's counter programming what was not working before, and that's fine. But how do you do your thing and grow this team to where they should be in terms of turnover, and they haven't been in a long time, which is being one of the best teams in the world? Can he go to that next level? I don't know. And look, I mean, your guys that you would think that could be available that could potentially do that for you are Thomas Tuchel and Mauricio Pochettino. And Tuchel has more of that at the club level. But both would be bigger name hires than Carrick. And do you want to wait? Does he want to wait? Can you sell that to everybody to wait? I can't imagine he'd want to hear that. So it's a complicated situation, and it wasn't supposed to be. They were just supposed to be okay, a little bit better than Amorim. Now they're actually pretty good, and they're in 4th, and whoa, things are crazy.
That guy might have to cut his hair.
He might. I can't remember what the bet was that he what had to happen for him to cut his hair.
In a row?
Okay, yeah, slow down. He might not need to sharpen the scissors yet. Let's jump over to the Club World Cup. Some news came out today. 2029 Club World Cup, the next edition. Everybody mocked this tournament and then kind of got into it. And then after it was over, there were some people who started trying to mock it again. Brazil wants it. Brazil has formally asked FIFA to host. This would be 2 years after the Women's World Cup. Government's involved. The Brazilian Federation is involved. They're the first formal bidders on record. There's been talk about Qatar. There's been talk about Saudi Arabia. There's been talk about, I think, Morocco was included at one point. You could probably think maybe they would do like a Spain-Portugal thing as the lead into the World Cup in 2030. Brazil could work. And I think with the Club World Cup, if I'm FIFA, and you got to be careful about these sorts of things and how you structure it, they rotate where the World Cup is, right? They try to have it in different continents on a regular basis, and there's a rotation. Now, I think that has shrunk over time where there's less people that can actually host the World Cup. The Club World Cup isn't crazy far off from that, but you can play it in smaller venues because you're going to have some of those games that are just not going to draw as much. Okay, you can have some small venues mixed in. But Brazil's got the venues, no problem. They still have a decent bit of the infrastructure from 2014 when they hosted the World Cup. You've got the 2027 Women's World Cup that will refresh a lot of things. I think it is really smart, and I don't know about y'all, if I'm FIFA, to have the Club World Cup outside of Europe. Sorry, European teams. You're going to have the majority of the teams in the tournament. But go somewhere else. Because I think that makes it an even better tournament if you do that. I think this is going to be a big deal each time they have it. It's going to get bigger and bigger.
No, and I mean, Jared, it gives the rest of the world to host an event like this. You grow the game. Obviously, if you want it to be a Club World Cup, to have it places other than just Europe. I mean, you want to put it in South America? You want to put it?
I'm saying don't have it in Europe. Period.
That's what I'm saying. It's like move it to South America. Have it in Australia. Have it in Asia. Put it in all these growing and put it in Africa.
Don't rotate it to Europe. Period. Yeah. Do not rotate it to Europe. Have it elsewhere all the time.
And I would love that just because of the variety of everything. I would dig going to the Far East to have something like the Club World Cup as part of those kinds of tournament and locations. Jared?
Yeah, hold on, 1:30. I got bad news for you. Morocco's involved in hosting the next World Cup, and that's not going away. So, yep. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going to come out of AFCON, but yes.
But no, I'm all for the markets that don't get it. Like ever.
Well, no, John, no, you can't do that because you've got to have some infrastructure to do it. You're talking about a large tournament. You got to have a certain number of large stadiums. Like there are limitations to it, but I think with Club World Cup, there can be fewer than you do for a World Cup. I think the World Cup is getting to a point, and I think, the Olympics are probably there too, in that the number of places it can be has shrunk.
Yeah.
The World Cup, you can have it in multiple countries close by, not like what they're doing for 2030, where some games are going to be in South America and some games are going to be in Europe. You can do Spain, Morocco, Portugal. That's cool. The games in South America are stupid. But anyway, you can do it in a couple different places, a few different places, but it's limited. I think the Club World Cup is more open to do it like they do with youth national team World Cups, things like that, where you can have it in some smaller places. The Club World Cup is going to be your second biggest tournament, in my opinion. So that's going to limit it a little bit where you can have it, in my
opinion. I think eventually you rotate it back to Europe because if it does all the things that you want it to do, like you build it up and it becomes, because I feel like it's always been on the periphery before this year. Like
before
it was
the
a big
full-blown deal, it was like, I think way back in the day, and a little bit of this from Celtics history, like just the Intercontinental Cup was a big deal, but it was a bigger deal in South America than it was in Europe. Then it kind of went away for a while. It went away in terms of, whoa, what was that?
Oh, that was me cleaning the
fair enough. That was aggressive.
Wow,
dude. Dude, this laptop is old enough to. This is a pre-Atlanta United laptop.
Like, still kicking though.
Like this thing is old. Beat up. Yeah. This thing has seen some stuff. It works enough to do this and like not much else.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean.
Anyway, go ahead.
If you do it in Europe, do it in less traditional places. I just think this is such a huge opportunity to grow the game.
My thing is, I think if it does what you expect it to do, and you play it in other places, you have to factor in the infrastructure, you have to factor in scheduling and facilities, because again, I say this for anyone who wanders in from an episode of, I don't know, MIB, the world doesn't run on the English calendar.
Nope.
So you also have to factor in the fact that other countries, other federations have unique scheduling, and other, go look at what the Scandinavian countries do. Bodo Glimt can't play through the winter unless they want to be dodging polar bears playing the six.
Yeah, the amount of leagues with different structures and different calendars is large, even though some don't understand that.
So it's a lot of logistics. Yeah. But I think if it does what you're calling for, and I'm fine with that. I think if it does, I think give it 3 or 4 cycles of the Club World Cup. I think you are going to put it back in Europe, and I'm fine if you want to do it in the smaller places. Totally okay with that. But I think you put it back in Europe, because if it does what you hope it will, the appeal will be there, and they will never not say yes to ticket revenue.
For sure.
Because if it becomes a big deal, the European fans will travel a couple countries over to go see it. And that's kind of what
I think you can potentially, just from a sheer money-making standpoint, and hey, Jordan, what's up? I think you can make more by having it in the U.S., obviously. I think Brazil will do pretty well. I think if you...
I think you could put in Argentina.
Yeah, you could. You probably want to deal with a little bit of corruption in the National Federation first. There's a little bit of that.
It's a feature, not a bug.
A little bit of that.
It's a feature.
Yes, it is, definitely. I would have a redo of 2002 and do Japan and South Korea. I think that would be massive. I think you'll get a decent number of the European groups of fans traveling, and if you go somewhere else, they're going to travel. They'll take the trip. So we'll see. I'm excited Brazil is bidding for it. I think it would be really interesting if that's where it ends up. I wanted to jump into Ricardo Pepi and Fulham. The bidding right now is in the 32 million pounds. Is that right?
It's in the 32, and they're looking, the 38 million US is what they're looking for.
38 million US. Okay. 32 million or so euro or pounds. I've seen all of them, and it's somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah.
PSV are, I think, holding out to see what the final offer is going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to take whatever the final offer is going to be. And it's a wild situation because he's hurt.
You're past the Rubicon.
I think so. I think you got past that a while back on these offers, and it's kind of like, no. How much more are you going to give?
Yeah.
No, not yet. No, we can't sell him for that. How much more?
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea of this entering the Independiente Atlanta United Barco thing from back in the day. Of we'll sell him to you. Hey, we just won to Americana. Hey, how'd you like to add a couple more million to that?
Yeah.
Well, they haven't agreed to anything.
What if he
yet.
just wasn't? What if he wasn't on the plane? They're just come on.
Yeah, they haven't. PSV hasn't even gotten to the yes but category yet. They're still saying no, and it's still working.
They're like, nah.
The tragedy of it all is watch PSV get paid before Atlanta does.
Well, that's a whole nother topic. And we'll try to have an update on Mr. Texture before we go. It would be a long-term deal. He's hurt right now. He's got a broken forearm, and he's not going to be back until mid-March. So it's kind of interesting that Fulham is being this aggressive right now. They do need a long-term striker. I mean, Raul Jimenez is getting up there. It's a spot where American players have done well historically. So I think some of the stereotypes are not there where they are in some other clubs. I think it's a great thing for him. I think it's a great thing for what he can be because he's got the potential to be the best striker in the pool. Go into that level and go into that league. I think that could help him a lot if they figure this out. I think PSV will ultimately, I think they'll say yes to what the number on the table right now. But it seems like Fulham is going to keep adding some numbers too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if Fulham's going to keep adding, it's like, well, who are we to say no? It's like, well, what's it worth to you?
Well, you keep saying no to get them to add more, but right. there's a line somewhere.
Yeah, and it might be the deadline in the window. So yeah,
Here's the thing though, John. You don't want to be PSV and be like, no, we need more. No, we need more. No, we need more. And then Fulham around the back door is talking to somebody else, and they say, "Okay, well, fine. Well, they wanted more, so we got this guy instead."
Because they're looking at, I think, Oscar Bob at Manchester City as a plan B.
Is that a plan B? I don't think that's a plan B.
But I mean, seriously, if somebody's gonna sit there and continue to say no, there's only so many times when you can sit there and say no before you sit there and like, yeah, okay, fine, we're gonna go someplace else.
Yeah, Oscar Bob's not a plan B, John. Oscar Bob is a separate deal entirely. and different position. So that adds to it, in my opinion, for why it'd be a good thing for Ricardo Pepi. It'd be a good thing for this because Fulham are spending. And look, this is the situation that you've got this level of team in England getting to. They can be more aggressive because they have so much TV money coming in. They have so much revenue coming in from the league. They can go and outspend a PSV, no problem. They can go and outspend everybody else outside of the clubs bigger than them in their own league. So they can be aggressive here. It does put some pressure on Ricardo Pepi, though, to perform. That kind of number is definitely going to put some pressure on him.
But again, you mentioned if I think he has shown he can perform before, and
I think so too.
I think he can go there and take that next step and draw more eyes to him and to what this pool is capable of too. And yeah, it's a I don't hate the move for him, especially considering it's the kind of move where if you're going there, they're going to give you for what they're paying you. They're going to give you every chance to succeed. You're going to get minutes. It's not like you're going to. Yeah. It's not like you're going to a super club where they're going to park you on the bench or loan you out to a B side somewhere. You're going to get every chance to go out there and impress on a big stage. That should be the kind of move guys strive for if they are in the right headspace for that move.
Yeah, 100%.
Fulham last year, by the way.
Yep.
135.5 million pounds of payments, central payments to them, middle ground in the Premier League. They made 135.5 last year from the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, you can go and outspend most teams in Europe with that. Not Barcelona, even if they're broke, they still keep finding money. Not Real Madrid. Not Bayern, although you're not that far off. Not PSG when they really want to do something. You can outspend anybody in Italy with that kind of money coming in. So you can go and do what you want to a pretty large point, and it opens up a lot of doors. I'd love to see it happen. I think it will. I'm a little surprised that the number's gotten this high. PSV should be very happy with the number. Everybody should be happy with the number because Fulham can spend it. Like that's the thing is it's kind of like the argument that everybody got bent out of shape when I think Michael Jordan got not indicted, but it came out that he was gambling like $10,000 on the golf course. And everyone's like, oh my God, it's so much money. It's Michael Jordan, that wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
So to Fulham,
the man was spending thousands of dollars playing quarters.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine because he had it. Like Fulham has the money, so they can spend it, and they can spend whatever it takes to get the deal done. So it's not crazy in that sense. You do have to take into account who is spending and what kind of money they're bringing in from the league. So if this was like Juve spending it, it'd be like, whoa, wait a minute. But it's Fulham. They have that money. That's crazy to say, but that's the reality of how far ahead financially the Premier League is. Speaking of being ahead financially, let's go to the Champions League. It's match day 8 on Wednesday. Everybody plays at the same time. Everybody but 4 teams have a shot to be in the knockout round. That is exactly what you want with this format. I've loved the change in format. I think it is absolutely the way to go. UEFA nailed it with this. You've got pretty much every game with something on the line. I think Arsenal and Bayern are both fine. Bayern, is there a weird scenario where they jump Arsenal? It would be really weird. Arsenal's trying to go 8 for 8, which would be amazing. And they need the momentum after what happened over the weekend. But then pretty much everywhere else in the table, you've got drama. And I think the biggest drama you have is Napoli and Chelsea. I think that is the game. We'll have it in picks of the week, but Napoli and Chelsea, because right now Napoli is on the outside looking in. They're level on points with PSV in 22nd, Athletic in 23rd, Olympiacos in 24th, and also Copenhagen behind them, all on 8 points. 9 points, there's 3 teams there. 10 points, there's 2 teams there. Napoli could get to 11, which would put you to 16th if everybody ahead of you doesn't win, which is not going to happen, but still. But if you don't get something here, and I think you need a win, you're not advancing. And then that starts to open a door, as we've talked about, managers who could be available, Antonio Conte. Because De Laurentiis is crazy. He was going to move on from him potentially after winning the league title last year, but it didn't. Now Napoli are dealing with playing midweek games that are difficult, and you're seeing the stress on the squad coming in after a 3-0 loss to Juve. Not in a good spot, backs against the wall. But Chelsea has a lot to play for here too, because right now they are in the 8th spot, which means they would avoid the play-in round. 2 less games to play. Every major club wants that right now. But they're on 13 points, which so is PSG and Newcastle, who are 6 and 7.
Yeah.
You're 8. Barcelona, Sporting, City, Atleti, and Atalanta are all on 13.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lot of wiggle room in this table. Your games in this round, just quickly blowing through them. Athletic Club hosting Sporting, Liverpool hosting Karabag. Karabag's going to get into the knockout rounds, it looks like. Barcelona and Copenhagen, Monaco and Juve, Ajax and Olympiacos, PSG Newcastle, that is also in picks of the week. Dortmund and Inter, Napoli Chelsea, like we talked about, Eintracht Frankfurt and Tottenham Hotspur, Atleti hosting Bodo Glimt, Leverkusen hosting Villarreal, Arsenal hosting Kairat Almaty. Arsenal's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Pafos and Slavia Prague, City hosting Galatasaray, Benfica and Jose Mourinho hosting Real Madrid, Club Brugge hosting Marseille, Union Saint-Gilloise hosting Atalanta, and PSV hosting Bayern. All the games.
What? Oh my God! What if he beats Real Madrid?
He would have a lot to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
He would. It would be Faulkner-esque, and it would be amazing.
I would immediately tune into the press conference. I'm not going to lie. They're on 6 points. They're on 6 points. They have a shot to jump. They're in 29th. They're on 6. They can get to 9 if they win at home. They'd need a lot of help, but that would be the great escape.
Yeah, they'd be like in the neighborhood of 20th or 21st. Yeah,
but I mean, it depends on what everybody else does.
Right.
You can't really say
that. I would just be tickled if Jose Mourinho just started job hopping around to whatever, like 6 months in advance, job hopping to whatever he can to antagonize Real Madrid.
I would cackle.
Like,
I mean,
he does this.
If you ever get the chance to study like Jose's time in Madrid, that's where he lost his mind. That's where he became like the Joker. Like he thought there were spies, moles. He had bugs. Like the place swept for bugs. Like, I mean, it was really Looney Tunes. And look, he was
broken.
It broke him. Like I think is what it was, because his time, his rise to that point. What really broke him is not getting the Barcelona job. That's where it started to slip. But then he got the opportunity to try to kill Barcelona, and that's what broke him. That obsession is what broke him. Because if you go from early stages to Porto to Chelsea to Enter and doing the treble, and then being hired to take down the guy who got the job you really wanted, which was Barcelona. It was Pep and it was Jose. They went for the Barca guy in Pep, and Jose had been there same time as Pep, but Jose was a translator and an assistant coach, and they saw him as an outsider. They also thought that he didn't meet the standards of decorum and respect and those kinds of things, and that meant something to Barcelona. Real Madrid said that it meant something to them, and then they hired him anyway, and they went back on their morals in a lot of different ways with that. I mean, the stuff from, I think they played 4 times in 2 weeks. They were in the Copa del Rey semis. They had a league match, and they had a Champions League match, a second leg or something. It was brutal. I mean, everybody was psychotic by the end of it. Like, Pep broke and went off. If you haven't seen that press conference from Pep, like that's the stuff where it really, like, that's where Jose became a different person. Like, it totally is. So, could I see him, like, pulling out every possible dirty trick to beat Real Madrid? Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. There could be all kinds of crazy shenanigans happening in, Lisbon.
No, 100%.
Chaos.
I would. Oh my God, if he, yeah, to your point, like if he gets to go in there, beat them, and then cut a promo, it won't just be you turning into that press conference. Like the Galazzo show might shut down,
They
and
should.
they might just cut the camera over to take the live feed, and I don't know, take it with a couple seconds delay, maybe.
Well, Chiringuito,
And they might just let her. Oh, Chiringuito is going to be actively digging a grave and having an I Quit match on live TV.
Chiringuito will flip back and say that Madrid should have never fired Xabi Alonso, and then they're going to bury Arbeloa because that's just what they do. There's no like actual standards of, I don't know, honesty.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
It is sports entertainment.
Yeah.
In its most literal form.
Yeah, it's not hard-hitting journalism, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I think and that's fun as long as you understand what that is.
Yeah, that's the challenge. I think your storylines here, I mean, Barcelona taking care of business against Copenhagen, they should. PSG Newcastle, if there's a loser in that game, they could fall out into the play-in round, which neither one wants. A draw might help them both. They might be okay. We talked about Napoli and Chelsea. Napoli's in a must-win. Benfica, Real Madrid. Benfica's in a must-win, and Jose is on revenge tour. You've got a lot of interesting storylines, but just looking at the table, there's so much up for grabs. 3:00 Wednesday. Just be ready to deal with all of it.
11 teams separated by 2 points. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's chaotic. I did want to finish with this before we get into picks of the week. Trinity Rodman, the new contract in NWSL. Largest contract for a female athlete in a team sport. The highest paid soccer player in the world on the women's side. The league changed rules to be able to get this done. That shows you how important they took Trinity Rodman. And it shows you, I think, the threat that other leagues in the world are. And I don't know if anybody's really had this like real conversation. And I'm fascinated to see it play out in front of us over the next few years with Atlanta coming into NWSL. But there's always been, and this is the one that it feels even more wild than the disparity, depending on who you talk to, about where MLS ranks in the worldwide rankings and where other leagues rank. Or I think you have like a kind of an understanding at the top, like what it is. I don't know if you do on the women's side. And I think the Women's Super League, with the investment that they've had, has started to change it, but it's not league-wide. I think the La Liga F, Barcelona is amazing. Real Madrid has invested. And that's about it. You've got some others. The French league is pretty good, and it's like all of them are top-heavy. And I don't think the NWSL is as top-heavy. Liga MX Femenil is one of the best women's leagues in the world. It's top-heavy. South American leagues aren't quite getting there yet. But in terms of like that ranking of which league is the best, it's up for debate. I think it's hard to tell right now. And I think NWSL, by changing the rules and allowing a team to invest like they are in Trinity Rodman, basically giving it's a designated player idea. They did it differently, but it's the same idea. It's the same conversation that MLS had to do when they had the opportunity to make a transformational signing and go sign David Beckham. This can be a transformational signing for the NWSL. It's a re-signing. I said it on the intersection on 982.9 The Game on Thursday night. I think Trinity Rodman can be the most important women's soccer player in the history of the U.S. women's national team program. I think she has that potential. Don't want to put that responsibility on her right now. She's too young. But she has that potential. She can be that true breakout global sport star. She has all of that could happen for her. You couldn't risk her leaving this league. I think there were a lot of doomsday BS about it. Like, she didn't save the league. The league didn't need saving. She didn't prevent it from being a weaker league. No, they would have signed somebody else. There are other signings that are happening. There are, yes, some players have chosen to go to other teams in the world. That's the nature of the sport. But others have chosen to come to NWSL. But she is a special player. Where in your mind, you guys, do you see the NWSL in terms of that hierarchy? And how important is this signing to the NWSL being at the top or near the top of that hierarchy worldwide?
Jarrett, go for it.
Oh, okay. Sure. My concern is that this has to go well, or else some of these ownership groups get spooked off of spending more money, which isn't really fair. And it's just not really fair in the grand scheme of things. Also, because as much as I love Trinity Rodman as a player, injury history is a thing.
100%. No, I said that all along. The injury history scared me for sure.
Yeah. Between this spending, some of the new clubs that have come in, what you hope is the continued developments, and then some of the new clubs who are coming in, like Denver, already spending money, and you know that Atlanta is going to spend money.
Boston has been pretty aggressive in building as well.
Yeah.
That's 3.
At the very least.
Yeah, I think it's tipping.
My hope isn't so much, Jason, that the ceiling keeps up breaking through. My hope, honestly, is that the floor gets raised as much as anything, and that
got to do both.
What we see, yeah, you can do both.
Yeah.
I don't know that every club is going to follow the ceiling.
No,
but I hope that the floor gets dragged up aggressively to be more competitive on the world stage. So where we're absolutely spending like crazy in terms of compared to what it was, so that even on the lower end, teams are spending more and finding new ways to be competitive.
I think, and I'd want to compare, I mean, from what I have seen, I think the lower end of the NWSL is much better than Spain and France and probably any league with the maybe, I don't even think it's a guarantee of the Women's Super League in England.
Yeah.
Maybe, but you have some bad English clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool has constantly been a mess with the way that their women's side has been.
They've only won once this year.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have the parity because you don't have a salary cap. You don't have those structures. I think that the conversation around this move and the whole Trinity Rodman saga with all of this has been baffling, depending on who you talk to. Because I think for all of us that have followed MLS and its growth, NWSL is in a really similar place to where MLS was around designated player rule evolution. It's at that point where, yes, there is still absolute value in having a salary cap. I don't think you should get rid of a salary cap, but and maybe this is actually, because you've been through it a little bit, maybe this is somewhere between designated player rule implementation and targeted allocation money. And I know a bunch of people got to the point where they hated the idea of TAM, but what TAM did was it made you spend money on a part of your roster. Not just dump it in and do whatever. You had to spend it on a certain kind of player. And the league's overall level went up. This is a hybrid of the two. It is basically a designated player idea because of the kinds of players that you can apply the high impact player money to. But it's not a spot. It is a bucket of money that you can use. So you can divvy it up. In this case, Washington Spirit are going to give the whole allocation to Trinity Rodman. Okay. Other teams will say, all right, I have 5 players who meet that threshold. I'm going to divide it up and bump their salaries a little bit accordingly. You have some strategy with it. It's somewhere between the two ideas. The designated player spot being the best of the best, the elite of the elite, to bring star power in. and targeted allocation money where you had to spend it on a certain kind of player to make the league better. Because the thought was, and I think it's correct in this case, you've got to spend on stars, and the MLS had already done that. MLS's second level was the TAM player to raise the level of your team in the middle of your roster, the middle of your starting lineup, maybe a better way to put it. This is saying we need stars. And the league needs stars. Every league needs stars. You need to find a balance between a salary cap and stars. Stars are going to be what drives the NWSL forward, along with the constant day-to-day build of clubs and the day-to-day build of raising that floor in the league, like Jarrett said. But stars are going to take it from here to here. And you've got to have stars. And if that means you've got to say, yep, we're going to increase the cap, but $1 million of that's going to be allocated to players at a certain threshold. And we can sit here and argue with the threshold they made. I mean, having I can't remember it was basically like how big of a celebrity is.
Yeah,
that was
the parameters that they've set are.
You can argue about it, whatever, but the idea is not wrong. Like, you can argue about how they implemented it, but the idea is not wrong, in my opinion, because we saw what adding these kinds of players did for Major League Soccer, and that is your test case. So I think it's a great move. I think I'm absolutely with Jarrett, and I said it for the last month. Trinity Rodman has had an injury history. You do have to cross your fingers here.
Mm-hmm.
But man, what she could be for the game in this country is no joke. Absolutely no joke. And what she can be in turn for this league is no joke. One thing I was happy about, I thought Michelle Kang was going to have her end up at one of her clubs in Europe. I really thought that's where all this was headed. And I'm glad that it didn't, because it had me worried that if that happened, you were going to be in a situation where it made her team here look inferior to her teams over there.
Yeah.
And that's not how this went down. So that can be put to the side.
Yeah. In the press conference, Michelle Kang said that she wanted to have Washington be a destination. And so with that soundbite that I'm kind of hanging on to, you're keeping a Trinity Rodman, and you want to bring in all those other players to have Washington win championships. Looked at global football rankings, to your point, about where the math is, and I don't know what their math is when it comes to determining.
Yeah, I don't.
But, yeah,
it's always subjective, and I think in the women's game, it's probably even more so right now. But what do they have?
Very tight, but right now NWSL 1 and the Barclays WSL number 2. They're different. They are 0.4 points of a rating point separated, but the NWSL right now at number 1, WSL at number 2, Spain's Liga F number 3. But there's a disparity from the number 2 ranking to the number 3 ranking of 5.5 points.
Because Liga F is so top heavy.
Premier League, Ligue 1 in France is 4.
I wondered where that would fall.
Serie A is 5.
Okay.
Frauen Bundesliga is 6, barely.
I thought that would be higher.
Sweden is 7.
Yep.
Top Syrian in Norway is 8.
Surprised Liga MX Femenil hasn't gotten into this.
WSL 2 they have at number 9.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And the Brasileiro Feminine is 10, and Liga MX Femenil is 11.
I feel like Liga MX Femenil is being a little disrespected there, but it's all a guessing game.
Yeah, and so, but I think that when you look at the NWSL on the whole and compare it to the WSL, the point that you made about Liverpool, the lack of resources that they consistently have, I think that you look at the NWSL on the whole, compare it to the WSL on the whole, I'm leaning NWSL.
On the bottom end of it, absolutely NWSL better. In the middle, I think NWSL is better. City, Chelsea, Arsenal, maybe. And that's the part that we just don't know yet. And we'll see if this the Champions Cup that's going to be this week. We'll see if we get any answers with Gotham participating in that with newly signed Jordan Dudley. We'll hopefully get a chance to catch up with her at some point before the NWSL season starts. For former Florida State Seminole, former Cambridge High School, former all-region basketball player as well. She was an amazing basketball player at Cambridge. really cool that she signed with Gotham, and that's been announced, and she'll be participating in that this week. They play on Wednesday, correct?
Yes. Let me get the schedule really quickly here. So just to lay it all out here. So women's. Let me get the FIFA Women's Champions Cup. So here we go.
Just as I sent Jarrett to the back, he shows up again.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, right now.
Perfect timing.
Yes.
Juggling multiple things tonight.
No, it's all good.
All right. So that's 25. Okay. So where are we here? So Gotham and Corinthians is Wednesday at 7:30 in the morning. Local.
And what is the other game in this?
Arsenal and Asfar at the Brentford Stadium.
So you should have a Gotham Arsenal Champions Cup match, and maybe we'll get some answers. Although it's preseason for Gotham, it's midseason for Arsenal, so that argument comes up.
And let's see. Association Sportive des Forces Armées Royales, ASFAR. That is their full name.
Okay. Well, we will see.
Out of Morocco. So is the Morocco.
They're your African champions.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Interesting. We'll be talking about that this week on SDHAM. We'll be talking about that on Morning Espresso this week. We probably will not be digging deep into picks of the week on those properties, but you never know. We'll be digging into it right now. I really want the horns isolated and just like make that my walk-in music.
There has got to be a band that we know in high school that if we gave them that sheet music, that they would do it live at a performance for us.
Possibly.
Oh, if you got like Stevenson or Southwest DeKalb to do that?
No, they have far better taste than that.
Oh, that'd be. I mean, that. I love that horn section. I absolutely love that horn section.
All right, let's get into. I'm gonna actually really drop Jared to the back this time. Because I think he's coming back, but we'll find out.
All
right. Why do you go? He wasn't there.
Just dropping him to the back in general. That's all I'm saying.
Well, now he's back. Like, do you want like a black screen in the middle of the screen? Like, I'm trying to make the experience good for our viewers.
Yeah, no. The
anticipation that every weekday when I show up, which is
I know. I'm trying to have standards here, Jared. I can like send you to the green room.
You could, but then who would protect you? Who would you use as a shield?
I don't need any shields. I just start yelling.
So I'm guessing I didn't win because you didn't call me and let me know what 4 matches I was picking.
Okay, John, you're jumping the gun. Don't do that. Like
I choose to believe that, and Jason, you can get to this in a second. Yeah. I choose to believe that when in the past, when Jason wins, he'll reach out to you and let you know, like, okay, I need 4 games from you. I choose to believe that with John, Jason would just pick up a phone and actually call him on a rotary or use a fax machine.
It's possible. Wait a minute. Let's see if somebody else is joining in. They might be, but I'm not sure if they actually are. I don't know if they're actually going to show their face.
Cowardice.
Yeah, I think it is cowardice. Let's see. Are you a coward, sir?
That's mighty big talk.
Welcome to the show.
We were talking about it. Is he going to show his face? And I'm like, well, maybe he's not. And then the word coward came up.
No, I'm not showing my kitchen right now. Is what's happening.
No, that's fair enough.
For my own health and safety. So.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. What are you cooking?
No, cooking is done. Cooking is done. So we had I did a chicken noodle soup that we just killed off. That I had over the ice storm period. Something that I could heat up on the outdoor stove if needed. It was not required, so all is well.
Very nice. Okay.
So if I told you that I actually boiled chicken for the first time in my life yesterday, what would you say?
Why did you boil chicken, John?
Hold on. You boiled.
Why did you do this?
Chicken.
Boiled chicken breast. Yes.
Wait, you boiled a chicken breast.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
For a rowdy, so he can have it to go with his dog.
Okay, you boiled it for a dog. Okay, that's fine.
Yes. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's great. I'm happy. I'm very pleased that you were able to boil
water and put chicken in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
you wanted a gold star for that?
No, I just wanted to see what the level of surprise and shock would be that I actually was over a stove performing a cooking function.
I was afraid you ate it, and I was
No.
gonna yell at you for it.
No. 25 minutes with boiling water to make sure that it was there for the rowdy man to add to his food.
Okay, it's for Rowdy. That's perfectly
totally
fine.
fine.
It's for Rowdy. That works. I salute you for taking care of your dog. I will be very, very, very impressed should you make something for yourself.
I thought that's why you were coming over to this particular kitchen unit to help out, to shoot that on video, to ridicule me in public.
I need video of Nick teaching John to make cacio e pepe. I need this more than I need life itself.
All right, we'll work a schedule out. We got to get it done. I think the people want this.
This will be amazing because I give it before the water boils that Nick has thrown something.
or thrown me over the.
I said something. I left it open ended.
I can't throw something in someone else's kitchen. You know, Gordon Ramsay can do that mess because Gordon Ramsay's a fool sometimes. I can't do that in someone else's.
Patty would endorse that. You know that. If you threw me,
Jarrett, are you okay over there?
No.
Okay, just checking. Just looked over and Jarrett's just covering his face.
I'm having an existential crisis of not even of my own making.
That's not good.
Blame John.
Okay, fair enough. Well, let's try to get into picks of the week because I did not tell you all what happened yet. All I said in the group chat was picks of the week was the absolute dumbest it's ever been, and we will talk about it tonight.
Cool.
And that's why Nick showed up.
It is. If it was that crazy, I knew I had to join in.
So, first off, Sophia and Maddie took the week off.
Ooh.
They did not submit picks. And that is an important point, and we will get there.
Uh-oh.
Because game 1, Arsenal won. Nick did not submit a pick for that, but he did not get penalized for it. He just didn't have anything on it. He got a 0. That was how we had originally done if you turned in your picks late and whatever, and you got 0s.
That's fine.
Well, that's what happens in your case here, but it's a very important talking point as we go.
Okay.
Arsenal won at Inter. That was glorious. I had it. Jarrett had it. Drew had it. So we started off great. Then it went bad. Very, very bad. Game 2 was Vitória and Maguari in a state league in Brazil. Nobody got it right. Game 3 was Argentinos Juniors and Midland. Jarrett, you picked Midland to win, but it was a 90-minute draw.
I regret nothing, and you will never make me regret anything.
No. I wish I'd had the guts. No. I remember saying, I really want to pick draw here, and I didn't have the guts to do it. And I would have won the week if I had. I did not have the guts. That was a draw. Midland won in the shootout, which is amazing that you have an Argentine team named for a railroad company in Argentina named Midland, and their nickname is the Undertaker, and they win. They beat
the 8th frame, and the keeper basically waved everybody off.
The keeper saved it, and he said, "Get out of the way. I'm going up there to win this thing," and he did. It was glorious.
See, Nick has the decency to not host his segment of the show from a murder basement.
Yes, Nick has a nice setup. That is very nice. So that was game 3. Game 4 was Ferencváros and Panathinaikos, and Drew was the only one who got the draw in that one. So he jumped into the lead by a significant margin. Game 5, everybody picked Mamelodi Sundowns, and it was a draw with Al Hilal of Sudan. That's a big result for Al Hilal of Sudan. So we all got that wrong. Game 6, it was Independiente Medellin and Deportivo Cali, and Deportivo Cali won. Jarrett was the only one who got it right, so that got him to 150. Drew was on 190. Everybody else was negative. John, you had missed everything up to this point. Nick, you had missed everything you had submitted a pick for up to this point. It's a bad week. Game 7, it was a draw between Milan and Roma. And John and Nick were the only ones who got that right. So you went from -6 to -3, John.
Oh, boy.
And Nick, you went from -5 to -2. That put Drew at 90 and put Jarrett at 50. So we go to game 8. Game 8, and nobody got the prop bet either. Nobody was even close. There were a ton of goals in Champions League last round.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody even got it. Nobody was close.
I thought I was guessing high when I did mine. Wasn't even close.
You said 48, and it was 61. Not even close.
But everyone else was at like 30.
Yeah, I went 41.
Yeah.
44, yeah.
Game 8 was in Guatemala. Game 8 was a glorious match. We
Nick,
learned.
you missed this discussion last week, and I'm really sorry for you.
Oh my God, Nick. We learned about some Aztec mythology last week.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow! We went deep.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was Mictlan and Deportivo Guastatoya, and Mictlan. Jarrett, correct me because you were doing the research. Mictlan is like Aztec purgatory.
Aztec underworld.
Underworld, just underworld. Okay, not purgatory. Underworld, and they are the conejos, the rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
And the rabbit has a symbolism in the Aztec underworld. Why, Jarrett?
So the number 400 has a significance of basically being an infinite number. So
it's not infinite in our world. It was infinite to the Aztecs.
Yeah,
they thought 400
the number
was way too
400
many
had
of
like a
anything.
significance of being like an unobtainable number of like you could. It might as well be a billion for us or a Google
gazillion.
Whatever.
Sure.
There is a saying in the Aztec culture about being drunk as 400 rabbits, because apparently the gods, like, there were 400 different ways to get drunk, which means there were infinite ways to get drunk. So the 400 drunken rabbits that were the mascot of the club that symbolized the underworld. I'll have to pull it up, and I'll pull it up and pull details in a minute when Jason's vamping. But basically, the Aztec underworld basically told Dante and Virgil they ain't shit.
Yes.
Because it was like, I think it was when you died, it was a 4-year journey through 9 levels, or a 9-year journey through 4 different levels of the underworld. One of them involved climbing over mountains that were actively exploding. Yes. One of them involved like going through a field with flying pieces of obsidian flying through the air. There was darkness and jaguars.
There were jaguars.
It's amazing.
That was separate from the rabbits. Like the thing about the rabbits that was crazy was the 400 drunken rabbits in Aztec mythology. Like, I think either all of them or a lot of them have names.
Yeah, all of them.
Yes.
And they have like different stages of drunkenness.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow. So we were probably, you could tell who was on the show and who wasn't, because everybody on the show last week picked Mictlan because we're picking the drunken rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Drew and you picked Guastatoya. Well, it was a draw. So everybody got it wrong. So for the first time, maybe ever, the first time in the recontinuation of Picks of the Week, no one finished in the positive. Drew was -10. Jarrett was -50. Nick, you were -300. John, you were -400. I was -450.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is why it was important to make a distinction that Maddie and Sophia did not turn in picks. And generally, as we did in Nick's case, because they would have tied to win. But no, you cannot win that way.
Okay.
Commissioner made a rule.
All right.
You can't win that way.
No.
I'm not gonna. That is not allowed. If you miss a pick, okay, that's fine. You get 0. Not gonna dock you 100. No, but if you don't turn in picks, you cannot win that week. Now
that's equitable. Yeah,
that seems fair. So nobody won this week. Nobody can win in negative. There is no winner. That's the commissioner's ruling.
Okay,
that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're negative. You cost the people juice boxes. Nope, you can't win.
No, that's Vegas rules.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I think
you don't
that
get
works.
to leave with a car if you bankrupted yourself playing craps.
No, and the people who didn't walk in, they don't get anything.
No,
they don't get to win.
No.
So no wins for Maddie and Sophia.
No
wins for anybody.
No,
we all stunk. We were terrible, and we apologized to the people.
Okay,
but we did give you 400 drunken rabbits, so I think that's a win.
Yeah, the 400 drunken rabbit gods were the children of the goddess of alcohol.
Oh yes, there was more about the drunken rabbits. Jarrett, you want to give the quick?
The 400 thirsty rabbits stood for the infinite ways
Yeah.
in which people could intoxicate themselves, which is
no,
infinite.
no. Talk about how the drunken rabbits were fed, Jarrett.
Oh yeah, they all suckled at the teat of the goddess, who had, I guess, 400 opportunities at once.
Yes, that was part of the show last week.
Romulus and Remus ain't nothing, Jack.
Yes, Mictlan is our new favorite team.
The traditional drink of the Aztecs was called pulque, which is fermented agave.
And that was what the rabbits were.
And that's what the rabbits were drinking. They weren't drinking milk. They were not suckling milk. They were suckling fermented agave.
Yes. And we learned there is was it a mezcal that was 400 conejos?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So lots of things we learned last week.
I'm a huge fan of this.
It was
on board.
It was an amazing story. Mictlan, we did give them the SDH bump because they played in the midweek before this game and they won. They beat Municipal, who was one of the Grandes from Guatemala. They won that game. They've just recently been promoted to the first division. We went through their social media, and I think they've had either a running joke or it could be serious that somebody gives them a cow or has given them a cow multiple times over the years.
Or was it a bull?
I think one was a bull and one was a cow. I don't know.
I think it's a bull, yeah.
And then I think the same guy brought them uniforms before the season started.
Yeah.
And they probably need new ones because the guy who scored the goals to beat Municipal, his number was falling off the back of his shirt.
Okay. So the Aztec name for literally 400 rabbits, they were often referred to as the Aztec gods of drunkenness, though most of the rabbit siblings were referred only to by numbers, even though some of them had names. The myth goes on that they met regularly for drunken revelry, and the Aztecs referred to the degrees of drunkenness as so many rabbits. If someone was only mildly tipsy, he could range anywhere between 1 and 20 rabbits.
Oh, I'm so using this.
Yes, you are.
If someone was hopelessly drunk, on the other hand, he was said to be as drunk as 400 rabbits.
I need reminders once we get into the MLS season. I need reminders of the scale and using this because I am going to blow people's minds.
When I redo the drunken games of Atlanta United's history, I'm scaling this at 400 on 1 to 400 rabbits.
Excellent. So that is good, but it needs to happen in commentary at some point this season, talking about the game being as drunk as only 275 rabbits.
So the Atlanta United San Jose game.
400 rabbits.
Yeah, that was 400 rabbits.
All 400 rabbits.
Yeah.
All of them, I think, were all 400 rabbits, to be clear. Maybe the one where Wondolowski got sent off from the bench, maybe that's only 300 rabbits.
Yeah, that one's not as bad.
Not quite as bad, although on any other scale, it would be pretty bad.
400 Conejos is often considered the #1 selling mezcal in Mexico due to its smooth, accessible flavor.
It's 400 rabbits. I mean, it's easy. So yes, Mictlan, we are actively trying to engage with Mictlan about sponsorships and getting uniforms and maybe helping them have better uniforms.
Send them an email. Send them an email. So
the email has been sent.
John sent them an email.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I did.
We have a team in Guatemala now, folks.
Yeah, we absolutely do.
And for those who laugh and scoff at this, I want you to remember a little team called Defensa y Justicia, who were adopted by the SOT crew, part of the phenomenal family of SDH networks, and look what happened.
They won the Copa Sudamericana. They won the Super Cup. I blew Hernan Crespo's mind when I told him I was a Defensa fan to his face.
Awesome.
Hernan Crespo probably was requesting extra security that day.
He was both impressed and scared at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'll take that. I'll take that reaction.
Should.
All right, let's get into the picks of the week this week. I started off with a doozy. Tuesday.
Whoa,
I'm the commissioner, Nick. I'm the commissioner.
So this means you get 2 weeks in a row of picks?
Yeah, well, I won the last one. I won the last one. So I'm level with
Nick,
you.
You cannot tell me you're sitting here in front of somebody who is this invested in Argentine soccer and surprised by any corruption of leadership.
Yeah, I try to be a benevolent corrupt leader. But I mean, come on.
Yeah.
This is like that. This is like that.
Oh my God!
That politician who was
according
like,
to David, Costco carries the mezcal in Atlanta.
Oh, Costco's got it.
Oh,
Wow.
Costco in Dunwoody has a liquor store attached to it.
oh man.
Wow.
Apparently,
Wow.
the largest Costco in America is somewhere in Salt Lake. I haven't found it. I haven't been, but apparently there's a large liquor store in the back of it.
So
That's kind of like
David
separate.
endorses it. David endorses it as a delicious mezcal.
So does all of Mexico, apparently. So yes, Nick, as the commissioner, somebody had to pick the games. I did.
Okay.
Carry
All
over.
right.
I get that.
Pixopoly. I see. Okay. Cool.
I think no. Let me give you the first game, and let's see how you feel.
Mhm.
Game 1, we're going to Scotland, League 2.
Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. Good.
The top team and the second team. It's the Spartans
Mhm.
on the road at East Kilbride.
Yep.
1 versus 2.
Oh my God.
1 versus 2 in
I know both of
Scotland's
these
League
teams, and
2.
I should be sectioned off from society.
Yes, you should. East Kilbride are known as the Kilby. They were formed in 2010. They merged like 57 different clubs.
57 different clubs.
It's a
something
common
like
thing
that.
in Scotland.
Yeah, so it's very common. But the modern incarnation of the club was formed in 2010. The goal of bringing senior football to East Kilbride, one of Scotland's largest towns without a professional club.
Wow.
They won 3 consecutive Lowland League titles from 2016 to 2019. That's like 3rd, 4th, 5th division or so. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Jared?
Yeah. Kilbride was basically Nashville before the Titans moved into town.
Okay. Except
I
no
mean,
country music.
without the country music, but without being a big city missing a
Yes.
sports team. Is what I mean.
Yeah, fair enough. They were the first club from a new town to reach the Scottish Cup 5th round since the 1950s. They won back-to-back Lowland League titles in 24 and 25 and got promoted into the SPFL via the Pyramid playoffs for this season. And they are 2nd in the league table right now. The Spartans, that's their name, the Spartans.
The Spartans.
It's not like the Ohio State or the Miami FC, but I guess it kind of is the Spartans. They're the Lily Whites. They were founded in 1951 in Edinburgh by ex-players of Edinburgh University. They started as like exclusively university grads, but then I think they realized they wanted to win games, so they opened it to everybody. They were promoted to the SPFL League 2 in 2023 after successful Pyramid playoffs. Their longtime manager, Dougie Samuel, which is the greatest name, he has overseen much of the club's modern ascent. He was awarded an MBE for services to football and the Edinburgh community, underscoring the club's dual impact on and off the field.
Nice.
We have odds on the
do.
Scottish League 2.
We do.
Of course we do.
Plus
Scotland, of course you
130
do.
for East Kilbride. The draw is plus 250. The Spartans are plus 155. But the Spartans lead the table. They're on the road here. They're the underdog at East Kilbride. Jarrett, what do you got?
I'm going to take East Kilbride at home, even though, again, home road, not as big of a deal as it is in other countries in Scotland because it ain't that far in the grand scheme of things.
How far is Edinburgh and Kilbride? East Kilbride.
I'm actually not sure. I don't have a map in front of me.
I'm
I'll
Google
check.
mapping. Hang on.
Come on, John.
Okay. But I'm going to take the home team here. Both of them have been names that have been easier to pick up as time goes on because they got out of the pyramid and got out of like the Highland and Lowland leagues into the SPFL proper. Because that is where the absolute sicko material lies, is like in the Highland and Lowland leagues that exist in the pyramid below the SPFL. That is where
it's kind of wild
see
that
help.
these two teams got promoted in the last 2 years and they're leading the table.
Have you seen the picture from like the Lowland Scottish game last week where like the stadium's backed up to a neighborhood and these fans went in the backyard and they built what amounts to a tree house behind the house and wrote West End on the front of the tree house where they watch games?
That's awesome.
I'll send this to you.
Nice. I'm going to go with the home team, East Kilbride, as well. I'm going with the Kilby. Nick, what are you picking?
Okay, so the movie that Tom Cruise is in called Edge of Tomorrow was originally called All You Need Is Kill. So that's what I'm going with today. All You Need Is Kill. Going Kilbride. Let's do it.
Was that the one where he keeps dying and coming back?
Yes, and if you
It's an
hate
amazing
Tom
movie.
Cruise,
It's a great movie.
yeah, if you hate Tom Cruise, just watch the first 30 minutes. He dies like 80 times in the most horrific ways possible.
Yeah.
It's amazing, but he's actually really good in it. And Emily
It's a
Blunt
good
is
film.
just
It's a fun action
phenomenal.
movie.
It's a great movie, top to bottom. It's a great movie.
How long's the trip, John?
From the East Kilbride Arts Center to downtown Edinburgh is 45.9 miles. Right now, if you did the drive on the M8, it would take you 58 minutes.
So it's going to take the Spartans an hour to get there.
Yeah.
They'll be okay. What are you picking? What are you picking, John?
Kilby.
You're picking Kilby?
Can't even finish the movie Shrek in that amount of time.
All right. So everybody picks the Kilby. Wednesday, doubleheader in Champions League. Game 1, Napoli and Chelsea. Napoli got to win. Chelsea need to get a result to avoid falling into the play-in round. Napoli is stinking it up right now. 3-0 loss to Juve over the weekend. Bunch of people out. Chelsea's got a decent number of people out as well. Napoli plus 210, draw plus 260. Chelsea on the road, favorite plus 125. John, what are you picking? Picking Chelsea in Italy.
Chelsea in Italy.
Okay. Nick?
The only question here is how much running did Napoli have to do as punishment for losing to Juve?
Yes.
A lot of phone calls were probably made to the team over the weekend that I'm not going to dare to go into.
Yeah.
I'm taking Napoli and the points.
Yes.
And whatever. Give me Napoli all the way.
I got Napoli as well. Jarrett, what are you picking?
Chelsea.
Your other game in the Champions League on decision day, PSG and Newcastle. PSG minus 189, Newcastle plus 450 to win, draw plus 350. Both teams in the top 8. Newcastle's been really good in Champions League. They've been really good defensively in Champions League. They've scored in every game in Champions League. They beat PSV 3-0 in match day 7. They're into the next round, but they're trying to avoid 2 extra games in the play-in round, and they got to go to Paris to do it. Jarrett, what are you picking?
What were the numbers? I'm sorry.
PSG minus 189 at home, draw 350, Newcastle 450. You want to get crazy.
I really want to take the draw.
I mean, that's not crazy.
Yeah,
That's like a little crazy.
It's a pretty number. I'll take the draw.
PSG's been
the little rickety.
They've been. I mean, Luis Enrique got all fired up after they outplayed Sporting in Lisbon and they lost and hit the post 5 times and had goals called like crazy, and he just starts cussing in the post game interview. He's just losing it.
So I just sent the picture in the chat.
Very nice.
It's the club is Camelon Juniors in Scotland and near Falkirk.
Oh, the West End is amazing.
Yeah, so they just basically turned their garden shed into the West End away section.
We might have to pick that team down the road.
Kind of like that one house in the end zone at Marietta High School where they just have the deer stand. They look out over the heads.
Oh yeah.
Jeez. Yep.
Is that new Northcutt or old Northcutt?
It's Northcutt. Yeah, just Northcutt. Yeah, old Northcutt.
John, what are you picking in this game? PSG and Newcastle.
PSG.
You're picking PSG.
Yep.
Nick, what are you picking?
Is my boy Sandro Tonali playing?
I believe so. I don't know of any issues with him.
My man's in exile. I'm gonna back my man's up. Tonali.
But
Newcastle.
But he digs it. He appreciates how they stuck with him through the suspension, so he wants to prove himself there.
I give them credit for that. Yeah,
I dig it. So I'll get really stupid here. Let's go Newcastle.
Ooh.
But hey, you know what? If this hits, you're having a good week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we had Vegas kills you week, so I mean, if it's this or it's a hole in the desert, take your pick.
So this does maybe back up your pick here, Nick. He was pulled off at halftime of the last match, and everybody was kind of like, well, what's up with that? What's going on? Is he banged up? Are they saving him for PSG? What's going on? Well, baby boy, baby Leonardo was born.
Oh,
So
tough.
yeah, so he's been in and out of the lineup, but yes, that's probably why. So
baby bump for Tonali, yeah.
maybe. I'm gonna go draw. I think both teams are gonna be a little safe. I think there's gonna be a lot of scoreboard watching. So I'm gonna go draw.
Magic.
Let's go Thursday to Colombia. Jaguares de Cordoba against Inter de Bogota.
I think I was watching one of their matches this afternoon.
No, I think they're actually on right now. I think they were on yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. No, they played Friday because I saw them Friday. Colombia's crazy, but they don't play every 3 days, maybe every 4. Jaguares. So crazy one, Jarrett. You will appreciate this. A previous iteration of Jaguares, because I think there's been almost as many Jaguares clubs in Colombia as there have been in Mexico. I don't think there is actually a current Jaguares in Mexico. They're down in Chiapas. I have like a jersey and jacket. We were Jaguares USA in the Silverbacks co-ed leagues. Everybody was like, these people are insane. Because we were.
There's somebody who knew enough and went, oh, and knew what that was. And they were either fascinated or terrified of you.
Probably both. I mean, we went to, I think we got the uniforms at Choppies, which is one of the best Spanish-speaking soccer stores in Gwinnett County. And we got the knockoff, like full Jaguares kit. Knockoff. Amazing. But Jaguares in Colombia, they have had a player that we know named Junior Sandoval play for them before.
Okay.
He was there for like,
oh my God,
a year, like 6 months. And then I think they went broke. There was somebody else with him too that had been around Silverbacks that era. But yes, so Jaguares de Cordoba, this current iteration was formed in 2012. They are the first club from Cordoba to play in the first division in Colombia. They were in the first division, then they got relegated, then they came back this year. So this is their first year back up. They won game 1-0 over Deportivo Cali. Okay. The other team, Inter de Bogota. They were literally formed as Inter de Bogota on December 10th, 2025. They are the successor team to La Equidad. Internacional de Bogota was created when investment group NX Football acquired Deportivo La Equidad and relaunched it with a new name, brand, institutional identity, all the things. Ryan Reynolds, Eva Longoria, are all of that crew that's in Necaxa with this one. Is that correct? I think we went through this last week.
Yeah, and they're a part of it, but I think aren't they the minority where that the other larger group is hang on, it's the other investment arm of it, I think, is the majority stake.
Okay. NX Football acquired the club. They probably have what's that?
Tylus Porter is right. So Tylus Porter and others, including all of those, and Justin Verlander and Kate Upton.
Yes. Tylus Porter's the main guy. The others are minority. This is different than Wrexham, where that is just Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney.
Right.
Rob Mack.
He's Robbie Mack now.
Rob Mack, sorry. Yes,
yeah,
Rob
Mack.
Why did he change it again?
It's like the guy, the director who calls himself McG.
Oh, okay.
It's like, dude, you're in your 50s now. Why are you McG?
I mean,
stop.
If you get to do it,
if you're McGillicuddy, just be like, it's a new film by McGillicuddy, and just run with it.
I wish I had enough money and clout to do that. I can't do that.
And apparently he pissed off his wife by doing it too. Kate Lawson was not happy that he changed his name to Rob Mack.
You own a football team now. There's literally no reason for you to go.
You own a football team, and you have one of the most successful sitcoms in the history of television. That
he's got Wrexham. He's got Necaxa
for 20 plus years.
He's got Inter de Bogota. He's got a sitcom. Like, he's got everything.
He's got crossovers with Abbott Elementary now.
Yeah, but
which was a great episode, by the way.
You can't tell me you're changing your name like that without telling me that you're not comfortable with the aging process.
Mm-hmm.
There's something fame wise, like, I don't know, like I just need to freshen it up. No, you don't.
Midlife crisis kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's got a what appears to be a dynamite marriage happening. It appears that he has a great business thing happening. Dude, McElhenney, let's go, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Own the name.
It is kind of weird. The club that they bought, La Equidad, they were founded in 82. They had been in the first division since 2007, like total mid-table team, like Fulham of Colombia. That's La Equidad. So them coming in to buy this, they're trying to take it up a level. La Equidad won the Copa Colombia in 2008, and they finished runners-up in the league 3 times. That's it. They lost their first game under the Inter de Bogotá name 3-0 to América de Cali, but they won over Cúcuta 2-1 on Friday. Your odds here, -125 for Jaguares, draw 240, and Inter de Bogotá 350. John.
Jaguares.
John goes Jaguares.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm writing them down. So
yes, God. Please. Just make sure I can read it this time. I had to really try to figure out the numbers for the prop bet last time. Your numbers were terrible. I'm picking a draw. I'm going draw.
Okay.
Nick.
I really want to go draw.
Sensing a conjunction.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go draw.
Okay.
Jarrett?
I'm going to go with Junior Sandoval. I have to. I feel like I'm
You're going with
obligated because my lasting memory, my last memory of him should have been watching Junior Sandoval eliminate the Georgia Revolution in the NPSL Southeastern Conference Final, and then running over to their fans and basically daring them to come down and fight him. Instead, my lasting memory of him. Also, he scored in the NPSL Final, by the way, when Matias lost to Tulsa. However, my lasting memory is when they played in the Open Cup the next year. And Jason, we were watching this game when he got sent off with the most ridiculous, blatant red card I've seen since
Ricardo Clark.
Well,
Ricardo Clark watched this and was like, dude, that's a little too much.
I was going to say it was very similar to another former Atlanta striker, except playing for the Silverbacks when he stopped a Colorado player.
There's that. Roy Keane watched it and was like, dude, really? I mean, it was a little much.
Roy Keane was proud of that stomp. In the
the stomp,
game.
yes. The Jaime Chavez stomp, yes. Junior Sandoval kicking the guy in Open Cup, that was a little too much. That crossed the line.
It was. Roy Keane, I hope Roy Keane saw that Open Cup game and called Chavez after the game and said, I'm proud of you, don't you?
Good on you. Good on you, lad.
He somehow had Ricardo Montoya's phone number and called him.
That's frightening if Roy Keane has Ricardo's number. In case you haven't seen the new rebrand for this club, this is what they ended up doing with Inter de Bogotá.
Very Phoenix Open Thunderbirdish.
I mean, it's not bad.
It's not as coked out as I was hoping.
No.
I'm not going to lie.
No, it's not insane.
It's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's
not bad.
It's brand new. It's kind of trying to look classic. It's not bad.
So is it a condor? Is that what that is? Is that a condor?
I think, condor vulture kind of thing.
Okay.
Hopefully it's a condor. Those have 2 very different connotations.
I was just going by the red head.
But to Nick's point, it feels like it is new, but trying to appear retro.
Yeah, it's definitely got that. It is an Andean condor.
Okay.
And it alludes to Bogotá's eastern hills.
And don't get me wrong, condors are badass animals.
Yeah.
By all means, embrace them.
And vultures too. I mean, fine. Vultures are okay, but it's just kind of does give it a different feel.
Everyone gives vultures grief until the possums start piling up in front of your house. You really wish they were hanging around.
I miss listening to the possums fight at night going to sleep as a kid. Those were good days.
That's always good days. All right. We're going to Brazil next. We're going to the Carioca Série A, the Taca Guanabara. And it is Nova Iguaçu hosting Bangu.
Okay.
Nova Iguaçu was founded in 1990. One of the founders was Zinho, who won the 1994 World Cup with Brazil. Played for the Miami FC and played at Silverbacks Park. crazy. I got
some excitement.
I'm not even done on this game with crazy trivia. Nova Iguazu got to the Carioca final for the first time in 2024. They wear orange and white. The orange reflects Nova Iguazu's historical identity as a major orange exporter. Okay, pretty easy. Bangu, they were formed in 1904, born out of a textile factory community in Rio. English workers introduced football to the local workforce in the 1890s. Club officially formed in 1904. They won the Rio State Championship in 1933. They were the first club in Brazil to field black and mixed race players in official matches. And they won the International Soccer League trophy in 1960 in New York. That was the precursor to the professional leagues getting started in the U.S. Bill Cox, who was banned for life in Major League Baseball, started it. He brought over teams to play like a league kind of summer format, and it was crazy with the mix of teams. I think Celtic played in it one summer. He had like Wolves play in it. Like it had everybody, but Bangu won the first one. And they have a gold crest star that the people celebrate that win. Also, Bangu has played in Atlanta. They beat the Atlanta Chiefs 2-0 at Atlanta Stadium in 1971. And there's even more. Castor de Andrade. He was born in 1926. He passed away in 1997. I'll just read you what his description is in Wikipedia. He was a Brazilian illegal lottery operator in the very popular Jogo do Bicho. It's like the animal game in Rio. Yes. In the 1980s, he was the uncontested leader of all the main bicheiros of the city of Rio. He had more than 100 policemen and a number of public servants, prominent politicians, and judges working for him.
Good on him.
He was very involved in Carnival, of course, and he was the main sponsor of Bangu and even called the owner of Bangu. He didn't own it. He just funded it. Did all kinds of things. He founded the Liga Independiente das Escolas de Samba do Rio de Janeiro, which has run the Rio Carnival ever since.
Neymar's happy about that.
Yes. I don't know if Neymar's a Rio Carnival guy or a Sao Paulo Carnival guy. I'm not sure. In 1993, Castor de Andrade and 13 other major bicheiros were arrested. They were sentenced to 6 years of prison. He obtained a habeas corpus and was released in the same year.
Oh, boy, that's a good lawyer.
Yeah, you know, you do what you got to do. Let's see.
Correct, Nick.
Subsequent operation managed to break his stronghold, all kinds of documents with all the police and politicians and judges and public servants and prominent people who were profiting from him. He died in April of 97. The heirs to his fortune began fighting each other over the inheritance, led to the murder of his son in October of 98. Yes.
This went dark.
Quick, man.
Yes. Well, he never served as president of Bangu, but the presidents always obeyed him and got advice from him. Mm-hmm. He won the Campeonato Carioca. Like the state leagues used to be bigger than the National League. So they won the state league in 1966. The players called him their father. He used to give them money all the time. He was accused several times of intimidating referees. Once in a game against America in the Maracanã Stadium, he invaded the field with a revolver. He demanded an explanation from the referee regarding his decision to grant a penalty in favor of America. Bangu was ahead 2-1. America tied it. The referee later granted another penalty, this time in favor of Bangu, and they won 3-2.
Reminds me of Fred Bullard with the Jacksonville Bulls back in the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, just saying.
Cooking.
So that's his connections to Bangu and everything else that he did. I did not know about the illegal gambling. It's like some kind of spinoff of the lottery, and it's like I guess you pick the animals or something. But if I remember correctly, animals are tied to numbers in Brazilian culture. So it's like you're picking the animals instead of the numbers, and it's like an illegal lottery, but it's still seriously
it's like
a lottery.
It's like Lotto McDonald's Farm as opposed to Lotto 649.
Basically, yes. Okay. So this game's crazy. with the club from the orange exporting capital in Nova Iguasu and Bangu, who's played in Atlanta and had a crazy person who was their benefactor for a long time. So, with that being said, John, what are you picking?
I'm going with Nova Iguasu.
There are no odds on this game, by the way.
I've got odds, by the way.
You have odds. What are they?
I don't want to know how you got them.
I don't want to know either. I'm
John's computer is like running slower than like an 18-year-old who had LimeWire going.
Are you in with the Jogo de Bicho people?
Probably.
He might be.
He might be now.
Yeah. We might need to like preemptively plan an extraction program.
Yeah, really.
All right. What are the numbers? We'll go with whatever crazy numbers you got.
Nova Iguasu is a +110.
Not far off.
Draw is a +195.
Okay.
Bangu is a +235.
Okay, not too far off. A little bit more of the home team being favored here.
Yeah.
Nova Iguasu 110, draw 195, Bangu 235. John, you are picking what?
I'm going with Nova Iguasu at home.
You're going with the orange people.
Yes.
Okay. Nick?
I like characters. I like the people who are
I knew you were Bangu.
crazy and whatnot. So I'll pick the characters team. Give me Bangu.
Bangu.
I'm going Bangu as well. Jarrett?
Give me Bangu with the caveat that this game might be canceled or reversed after the fact due to investigations.
It could be all kinds of
Bangu, baby. Let's go.
The specter of the president of the team past. Yes.
What happened? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
All right. Next, we are going to Ghana. We have done the Ghana Premier League many times. John, you might have odds on this one. I did not have them at press time.
Okay.
Heart of Lions hosting Kotoko, Asante Kotoko. So the home team, Heart of Lions, they were founded in 1975. They won the league title in 1977. They were runners-up last year. They've been kind of inconsistent so far this year. Asante Kotoko. I am just going to start by sharing their logo because I think that is the right spot to start with this team. Bang.
It didn't load yet. You were preemptive.
It's coming.
Look at that.
Oh, my.
Yes. So, that's a porcupine.
Demonic porcupine.
They are the Porcupine Warriors.
Porcupine Warriors.
Porcupine
Sonic
Warriors.
the Hedgehog can eat one. That's legit.
And the phrase at the top, Kumapem apem beba. It means if you kill 1,000, 1,000 more will come.
This is the Immortals, the Persian Immortals.
I like this club. I like them a lot. I've been wanting to work in the Porcupine Warriors ever since I learned about the Porcupine Warriors. They were formed in 1935, founded by local enthusiasts, later named with permission of the Asantehene, the Ashanti king. Kotoko is porcupine in the local language. Symbolizes resilience and defense in Ashanti culture.
Love to see it.
If you kill 1,000, 1,000 more will come. Yes.
Right.
They've won the African Champions Cup twice, 1970 and 1983. They have won the Ghana Premier League, the first division. They've won the league the most times, 24. They're on the road here. Do you have odds, John?
I do not, but they have 750,000 followers on Twitter.
They're massive. They're the Porcupine Warriors.
Respect will be paid.
I mean, porcupines against lions. Who's going to win? Or are they going to draw? So we go with +100 for Heart of Lions, draw +125, Asante Kotoko +150. John.
Oh, draw.
Yeah, shock.
Excuse me, it's the first time I picked draw so far this week.
It's just the default answer, John.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any like past history with the matchups here. So Abdul Karim Zito is manager, by the way.
You see what you've been missing, Nick?
Heart of Lions.
Dude, I'm out here trying to, trying to chase this money, man. I'm just trying to pay these bills.
Right, so Kotoko is third.
No, you're good, buddy.
This is
it's not your fault. It's just
You've just been missing on 400 drunken rabbits and Porcupine Warriors.
Kotoko is third in the standings at 35 points. They're ahead of Hearts of Oak on goal difference.
That's a rivalry right there. The Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko rivalry is legit.
And Heart of Lions are 7th currently in the table through match week 20, 27 points. They are +2 in goal difference. Heart of Lions have only scored 18 goals in 20 matches, but they've only given up 16. Kotoko's defense has only given up 11 goals through match week 20.
Well, of course, they're the Porcupine Warriors.
So let's see if we have a head-to-head here.
All right.
I'm going with the Porcupine Warriors. John's going draw. Jarrett, what are you picking?
Porcupine Warriors.
Nick?
There's going to be a lot of people who are very excited about seeing Matt Damon in the remake of The Odyssey. I want everybody to know that there was a television miniseries of The Odyssey that debuted in the late 90s, starring one Mr. Asante. Give me the Porcupine Warriors.
Okay.
We're looping it all in.
I was wondering where that was going.
With the deep cut. And so, yeah, give me Asante, baby. Let's go.
Okay, in the last 10 matches, Heart of Lions have won 6, 3 draws, and Kotoko has only won once.
Oh, it's a big game. It's a statement game for the Porcupine Warriors. I am going with the Porcupine Warriors, and if they win, they will get added to my SofaScore favorites list. We'll see. All right. I've got a Italian Serie B team, I think. Carrarese. The marble. They were marble people. They like the marble.
As one does.
Yeah, you know it happens. All right.
They just signed 21-year-old striker Dogo Yakubu on a 3.5-year contract following the successful completion of his medical.
The Porcupine Warriors did?
Yes, they did.
He will lead them to glory. All right, let's go to Poland. The craziest. I don't think we've ever picked a game from Poland, actually. And
you gotta be really careful. My boy Shimon's over there.
Yeah.
He and his lovely family are hanging out in Poland. I hope they see this and understand that we should be picking in Polish league more because it's insane.
It is the craziest league in Europe right now.
Oh my God.
No question. John, do you have any idea why, or are you just saying that?
No, because like top to bottom separated by 18 points or something.
You paid attention to the morning espresso this morning, didn't you?
Well, and Legia Warsaw's on the bottom of the table.
You read morning espresso this morning. I like it. So 1 to 18 in the league. 18 at the bottom is on 19 points. So the bottom is 5 wins, 9 losses, 4 draws. They're on 19. The top team is on 30. So 11 points, 1 to 18. Legia Warsaw, Bartosz Ślisz's former club, they are in 17th place. They're in a relegation spot right now. But if they win, they'd go into the mid-table. Like, it's ridiculous. So we are picking 1 versus 4. The very surprising leaders hosting the team in 4th. And the odds do not believe in the team leading the table right now at all. It is Wisła Płock. I tried to work on this. I hope my pronunciation's decent.
Yeah, you're good.
Wisła Płock. They are known as the Oilers. They were founded in 1947 by refinery workers. They are hosting Raków Częstochowa, the medalists. They were founded in 1921. They're in 4th place. But Raków is plus 115 according to the odds on the road. In 4th place. The draw is 210, and the league leaders at home are plus 230.
Yep.
What? That really makes me wonder about the Polish league even more.
Well, and I believe, as a matter of fact, you probably can watch this match on BN, which you should on Fanatis.
You should be able to watch this on Fanatis, either on main BN or on one of the BN Connect channels. And you can watch the Oilers, founded by refinery workers in 1947, Polish Cup winners in 2006. They were promoted to the 1st division for this season. They're leading top of the table on goal difference. And you can watch the 4th place team, Raków. They are working class steel industrial districts. They're also modern data-driven recruitment under their current leadership. They went down that road. It's got them to 4th place in the table, 1 point back. And they're favored on the road against the team leading the league.
Data.
I'm confused about the data.
I'm confused about the extra class anyway.
Yes, Jarrett, pick something.
I'm afraid to not pick a draw here because I think Poland is just too drunk.
Yeah.
Because like my only experience with drinking from Poland was
That's frightening, first
Nick's
off.
making that face.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah, I had a family friend who he was Polish, but he grew up speaking Czech. Yeah, it was very weird.
But he's still Polish, though.
He's still Polish.
Okay,
Grew up
you
speaking
said he was
Czech.
Polish. I didn't know. If he was.
But his girlfriend was Polish, and she's the sweetest woman. But one time we were at dinner when I was like 21 or 22 years old. We go over to their house for dinner, and she had like genuine Polish potato vodka, and
Yeah,
I could see through space and time.
Is that like Everclear,
great.
basically?
It kind of. I mean, fermented potato vodka. It was good, but my God,
Okay.
that was just like that's like that that's the kind of stuff you use to burn off a growth on a horse.
Your pick of a draw is not crazy because Wisła Płock is 9 draws out of 18 matches, and they lead the league. So, Nick, what are you picking?
Yeah, so likewise, a drinking story with Polish folk.
I've never drank with Polish people.
Look, man, it's dangerous.
I can imagine.
Number one, I was at my friend Shimon's house when he lived here in Atlanta, and apparently Polish kids, their birthday is like a month. I mean, like they are like partying like the whole time. The food's incredible. But Shimon's like, come to the kitchen. Come on. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go into the kitchen, and like all these dudes are in there who make Jarrett look short.
Whoa.
And so I'm like, like essentially like a toddler who wandered into like the grown-ups area during Thanksgiving, and they're like passing down, "You come on there, drink more," and like it was just a bad day, just a terrible day. It was almost like Raging Bull, by the end of it, like you're just kind of on the rope, like like this, and they're kind of really impressed that you're still like halfway.
Yeah, that you're still hanging there.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing like complex theoretical equations, and I'm over there like Robert De Niro bent over the rope, So,
it's like Johnny Fever and Venus Flytrap in KRP.
Where his head is, they're impressed that he's trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
The attempt was there. I think that was more of the college try.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the 4th place team.
I'm wondering why they're favored by so much.
Hey, look, man, Eastern European gamblers. I'm not arguing with them.
I mean, it's true.
Which is somehow even more impressive when we think about the Polish, because like when I think about a massive Polish human, I think of, despite being like 5'10", Mariusz Puchanowski, who was a multi-time Metrics World Strongest Man champion, but he was like 5'10", 5'11", but he could bench press a Honda.
Yeah.
Whole lot of pierogies.
He had short arms, but I mean, I'm sure that
there wasn't a whole lot of distance he needed to clear. Nevertheless,
it doesn't matter because he would do the Atlas stones like he was picking up a toddler.
Yes.
John, have you ever had a pierogi?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. I love a good pierogi.
There used to be this is for the Atlanta people. I'm always going to drop some random weird food knowledge. There used to be a place, and I don't know if it still exists, and I hope to God it does. Up in Blue Ridge, there is this little Polish restaurant up there that this lady runs herself. She kills her own cows. She's got
already.
Margot's Bistro and Deli, Polish restaurant.
Oh,
yep.
Oh man.
And so we went up there.
4.8 stars, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's closed. It's closed. Permanently closed. Yes.
There is no justice.
Sorry, according to Google, it is permanently closed. I'm sorry.
It was like the one place where like Shimon and Monica were both like, well, we don't know. We'll give it a try. It's Polish food. Both of our youngest kids were like infants at the time. And Margot was over there trying to like hand off like beef liver and stuff to us. Like, it will make the baby strong, and Monica and Shimon were like, yeah, this place is 112% legit. Like, this is, she had special Polish beer that she broke out. She like all the locals, she served like the Bud Light and whatnot.
Yeah.
She broke out the good Polish beer for us. Man, it was a show.
That's awesome.
I hope she closed on her own terms.
Yes.
and I hope she is living her best life up in Blue Ridge.
But when I tell people to like learn a second language or a third or fourth language, it's because on our honeymoon we traveled around Europe, and we were in Berlin. We went to a Polish restaurant in Berlin. It was this old Polish guy ran it, and we had really good dinner pierogies and then dessert pierogies.
Never had dessert pierogies.
It was just sweet. It was just like sweet and cream on it, and had like a homemade jam over it. It was really good.
Yeah.
But my wife, who speaks a small amount of German, like spoke to the guy. She didn't speak Polish, and she told him as much. And she spoke a little bit of German to him, and he spoke fluent German. But he was incredibly grateful and incredibly impressed by her attempts to speak German, and proceeded then to, as Nick's point, give us shots out of a bottle of, I don't know what it was.
Stuff.
It tasted like liquefied Nutella. Oh my God, it was so smooth. I couldn't even taste the alcohol. It was so good. Then proceeded to tell us that his daughter was doing a study exchange program in America. And I don't know if I fixed my face in time when he said his daughter was doing an exchange program in Oklahoma.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That's not good.
I'm trying so hard not to make a face. Like, you sent your kid to Oklahoma.
My mother-in-law is out in Oklahoma. I got to be careful.
I'll bet she had
We
some
call
stories.
that child abuse over here.
Has everybody picked this game?
You have not?
Oh, I have not. I am picking the Oilers. I'm picking Wisła Płock.
Okay.
I'm going with the newcomers.
I believe now is the time of medal. So
You're going with the medalists.
And I'm picking Rakiv Czestochowa.
You're going with the medalists as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, one of my best friends, last 20, 25 years or so, and my best friend from high school, they are Western New York Polish. So I got the opportunity to have some like real pierogi growing up. So that's where all of that.
I'm still surprised. Like, I just expected you would be like, no.
Hey, look, man, I learned some. I learned the occasional cuss word in Polish too. So I mean, it's.
So you used to. How old were you eating pierogi?
I mean, it's been probably a decade. But
How did you have pierogi? Pierogies a long
this is
time
a downward
ago,
slide, John.
and now
eating
you're afraid of
pierogi,
foods.
And now you're like it's like box mac and cheese and chicken tenders. I mean,
It's a
I mean,
downward
look,
slide.
I mean, but I can also still walk up to each one of you and everyone in the Twitch pitch and go Village Sviat, and everybody'd sit there and go, what are you talking about?
John, do I have to hit the adult rating now?
No, that's close.
It's close. All
Yeah,
right.
it's close.
Close, but not quite.
Yeah.
Fair enough, I
No,
guess.
but I could wander up to each one of you in December and go Village Sviat, and I'd be wishing
I'm so
you.
confused.
this is the darkest timeline, man. I can't believe Margot's closed permanently.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about the bad
No,
news.
give me a good pierogi. I'm in good shape.
All right. Well, you guys are picking against my Oilers. I'm picking the new guys, even though they're the big underdogs at home for some weird reason. I think this game might be fixed.
Eastern European gamblers.
Yeah.
No.
Let's go for the final game. It's kind of anticlimactic. We are going to France. It is Lyon hosting Lille. They're both kind of so-so. Lyon used to be good. Then John Textor got involved. They're doing really well in the Europa League, though. They're number one in the Europa League. Lille won the French League in 2021 with our old friend Luis Araujo. They have been very good at bringing young players through and then selling them on and doing their thing. Lyon has developed a lot of great players. The odds, Lyon minus 125, draw plus 270. Lille on the road, 310.
You'll be happy to know that I found the liqueur and I just posted it in the chat.
Ah, very good.
For us.
Thank you. Might have to, if Poland gets to the World Cup, I might have to pick some up.
There it is. All right.
Maybe we'll have to get that at the brew house.
And the 400 rabbit mezcal.
I'm sure Umberto knows all about that. I will be checking in with Umberto about that mezcal for sure. I'm gonna pick Lyon in this one because they kicked Texture out.
Yes.
He's not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking Lyon. John?
Lyon kicked Textor out?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, yes, he was the president of the club, and now he's not. His company still owns it, but he doesn't run his company anymore. It's really complicated.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Exactly.
Is he acting like a terrible ex to them as well?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think that's just his natural body state.
That's his state of being.
Like a delinquent dad.
Basically. I'm picking Lyon. John?
As am I.
Jarrett?
No.
Okay. Nick?
Lille.
Lille. There you go. The Mastiffs. Les
Let's go.
Dogs. The Mastiffs. The prop bet, I went kind of different this time. So this is one where multiple people could get it. I think it's a much more likely prop bet. The point total of the final team to get into the play-in round for the Champions League. So 24th place. Right now it's 8 points. What will be the point total for the team in 24th place in the Champions League? Right
It's
now,
currently sitting at 8.
Right now it is 8. It's super crowded from teams who could jump that, teams who could match that. It's crazy. So right now it's 8. I am going to say that it ends up at 9. Who's got what?
12.
Oh. I think it's a bloodbath in Champions League. It's going to be chaos.
I'm going to. Oh.
I'm sitting on 12. Can't take it.
No, you can.
You can.
I can park there.
Yeah, you can take it. If you think that's it, you can take it. You get 100.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to say 9, too. And I'm really tempted, honestly, to say 8. Like,
No one moved.
Screw it.
No one moved.
Screw it. I'm going to say 8. And just everyone is just trash. And just somehow we stick with 8. We get a bunch of teams going, all we had to do was draw a game to get through, and we couldn't even do that.
Oh,
that is actually probably the most likely scenario.
That would be
the person who's in
incredible.
Chat GPT will be like, just draw.
Mm-hmm.
Coach will be like, yeah, exactly what we need to do.
The coach who supposedly, which makes no sense, they say he got fired for using Chat GPT. He got fired because they lost like 14 games in a row.
They were awful.
And he thought that his team like shouldn't sleep 28 hours before the game. Like none of that makes any sense. And if you're using Chat GPT to get to that, you're an idiot. Just flat out, you're an idiot.
Oh, and it's a 10,000 kilometer travel from one place from Khabarovsk to Sochi, and it was going to take like 5 days to get there if you were driving. And so the Chat GPT says, tell you what, of those 120 hours, take 28 of them and don't sleep and get closer to it. That's dumb.
Because it's user error.
Moron. And how would you not sit there as user error and go, this is saying that we should stay up for 28 hours straight to get from point A to point B. That's a bad idea.
ChatGPT is my best friend.
Maybe I'm going to actually think for myself. I don't know. It's crazy.
Young players, stay in MLS if you aren't 100% sure about where you're going. Because, you could go to a big club.
Yes.
Or you could end up getting loaned out to that.
Mm-hmm. That's possible.
Exactly.
I don't think people understand, like, I get your logo chasing, for lack of a better term. Like, you're like, I can be in like Champions League. It's like, yeah, but you're going up against a guy who's like hooked on recreational horse tranquilizers. I mean, like, that's not.
You could go to Poland, where the leading team in the league is not favored to win at home against the 4th place team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
They will throw flares at you.
Yes.
No,
and they have good aim.
Very good.
And that's if they're happy with you.
Yes, that's a good thing. You could go to the Brazilian league, where there were so many chaotic things that happened this weekend. The best was Caio Jorge scoring a goal and running towards the corner flag, and somebody threw, I think the description was, a yellow liquid in a cup.
Oh, didn't he drink it?
Yeah, first off, it's a cup, like a plastic cup. He catches it, and it doesn't go everywhere, and then he takes a drink of it.
Chivinko ain't got nothing on that.
I don't know what it was. Crazy.
So brave.
Jared, what did you say?
No, I said that's bold. Like,
no. Number of points. What was your
number of points for 24th place?
Yeah. Everything stays the same. Everyone's just trash.
I got 9. Nick said 12. John?
Chaos. Wise answer.
Chaos. 8.
8? Mm-hmm. All right, fair enough.
God.
I don't even get everybody. I think it's just bad football.
We'll get everybody else's picks later if they decide to pick this time.
Oh, really?
We'll see.
We're going to
actually,
them.
It was the right strategy last week because they finished better than everybody else. But that's a whole other story. They get no credit.
None.
No.
Maddie needs to understand that if she wants to make it in the sports world, she has to become a degenerate gambler sooner than later.
I mean, it's where it's
And
all
part of the business.
have other people do it for you, so you have plausible deniability.
Yes.
Correct.
Sure.
Show it.
4 wins for the season. Me and Nick. Jarrett's got 3. Drew's got 2. John and Sophia have 1. Madison has not won at all. But she's got a better point total than John, which isn't saying much.
Yeah. No shock.
Yeah. John, she got back ahead of you. You got ahead of her for a minute there, but she's back ahead of you.
And then
then stuff happened. Yes.
No shock.
Yeah, that's true. Nick's still leading the overall point total, but we're tied on wins. So I'm trying to catch up. I started bad.
I apparently need to get like some near like death virus again and
you were on a roll.
Yeah.
Fever dream picking.
Yeah. Fever dream picks is how you won.
You were on a roll. As we always end soccer over there, we check on Nicholas Bentner. He hasn't done anything. Nothing. Hasn't done anything in a while. But the gift that keeps on giving. Headline. Mauro Icardi and Wanda Nara feud intensifies as Galatasaray contract enters the spotlight.
I thought we were going to talk about Hulk.
Sorry, I'm going to get some viruses. With this one, that could go a lot of different places. Sub-headline, the dispute between Mauro Icardi and Wanda Nara escalates with fresh accusations, legal claims, and revealing comments about the Galatasaray contract and family tensions. I know. He's out of contract in the summer. He's been linked with at least 75 different clubs, including some of them in the CONCACAF region.
Oh, God.
He's been linked to at least 1 or 2
Club
Mexican
America
clubs.
Yeah. Club America was linked. They're linked with everybody.
I want her to go to Mexico. I want him to go to Mexico and for her to get a job as like a presenter for Rayados or something.
Could happen. She did MasterChef in Argentina.
I just want her to find wherever he's going, find the biggest rival, and get a job with his rival.
So, okay. I'm just going to take you through this tale. The ongoing conflict has entered a new and more intense phase after a public exchange of accusations continues. After Icardi stated that, quote, "we will no longer be a family," unquote, Wanda Nara responded firmly, stressing that despite everything, their bond as a family would remain for the sake of their daughters. She shared a post on her social media account with Mauro in the background, Mate on the table as well. "We will be a family forever." Mauro Icardi did not remain silent following this statement. In a sharp response, he accused Wanda Nara of lying, claiming that she had taken legal action to prevent him from seeing their daughters and had taken 7 million euros from him.
Damn.
This is all translated, of course. "She is lying. She went to court to stop me from seeing my daughters and took 7 million euros from me. She is at the peak of her own collapse." That's a sentence. Mauro.
That's an amazing translation.
Wow.
Translation.
He's a poet.
Did he wake up?
I don't know. Probably not. Because of her obsession with my fiance, China Suarez, she kept our 9 and 10-year-old daughters away from their father for 11 hours. Okay. "She will never be part of my family. The only connection between us is she's the mother of my children." So then Wanda spoke up. "Before you arrived, I worked very hard for this deal with a club I had always admired. Even though you didn't like the league or the Turks, we managed to secure an excellent agreement with Galatasaray." Oh, jeez. Let's see. So, yeah, she took responsibility for getting him this contract, all the stuff. Wanted to protect and build his professional image. Fashion deal she signed in Milan for him and I guess for her and blah, blah, blah. And she says that she never defrauded him, always paid taxes on her earnings. I guess that's part of it. Blah, 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 blah. So now they're going back and forth in social media, accusing each other of things. He's got to find a club, but he keeps scoring goals. Like, he's doing really well with Galatasaray.
Well, it helps when the puppet master is removed.
Yeah.
You know?
And they got Manchester City.
Oh, he might be on the spotlight, is what you're saying.
They got Manchester City.
God, can you imagine Wanda Nara in Atlanta?
No.
Not at all.
I don't want to.
Not at all.
Since the whole thing with the universe now is sort of speak things into existence, and it's just happening. Wanda Nara in Atlanta. I want headlines.
Whew, buddy.
Let's go full WWE with
lemon pepper wings and Wanda Nara, man.
That would be. Mike Conti would not know what to do.
No.
He would be like, we can't talk about any of this on the air, guys.
Nope.
Yeah. Mike Conti would be sitting there with his head in his hands, knowing that every day at 2 p.m. Mike Bell gets to turn on a microphone. And Wanda Nara's in
yes!
Hey now.
So wait a minute, did Maxi Lopez play at Galatasaray? Did he get there at some point?
Oh God, there's gonna be a weekend show with Wanda Nara popping into the news and Rob Tribble's on the air.
No,
it's gonna happen.
No, he didn't. I'm getting another story translated. I'm a little confused as to where it's going, so I'm going to leave it off because I'm not quite sure. There is still stuff in the medias in Argentina about Wanda Nara with the Argentine rapper El Gante or El Gente. El Gante. I don't know. I thought they had broken up, but I can't keep up with it anymore. She did MasterChef Celebrity. It's confusing. There's been a lot. So we'll see. But I guess her and Maxi Lopez are like somewhat friendly these days, which is kind of crazy.
Hey, look, Maxi is the one who walked out of this with the fewest headaches.
Yes.
He walked out with, and I'm telling, and this is just take a little bit of advice, young people out there. All you have is time. That's it. Money will come, money will go. All you have is time. Find people who do not make you waste your time and keep your time in misery. And if you find someone around you who makes your life and your time miserable, pull the Maxi and get out.
I was going to say, yeah. If you got that, you're like, nuh-uh. Peace out.
So we're not going to go into the whole story about Hulk in Brazil, but
wedding vows apparently are out.
Yeah. I'm just blown away by the story that says that his net worth is reported at $70 million. That's impressive.
He keeps playing.
He keeps playing. He keeps scoring goals too.
He might have had the right people around him. Like Allen Iverson. For all the talk about Allen Iverson, he had people around him who basically kept him from making stupid decidecisions.
Hulky got the crazy China money too at the right time.
Yeah, he timed that stuff perfectly.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. But
you ain't joking.
He's 39. He keeps scoring goals and doing other things.
Let's see. So he goes from Zenit to Shanghai for a reported $45 million.
Oh, wow. So he went from oil money to China money.
And this is back
he timed it perfectly.
So
where was he before Zenit?
He was at Porto.
It's like he was in
he went Brazil to Portugal, then big move for money to Russia.
Yeah, so he goes
bigger move for money to China.
Yeah, so he goes Porto, Zenit, Shanghai, Atletico Mineiro, and he's been there since 2020.
Yeah.
And the transfer with Shanghai in June of 2016, he joined Shanghai from Zenit for £45 million. He would earn £16.6 million per year starting in 2016.
Brilliant.
Yeah. He made the bank.
Brilliant.
And yes, if you have not heard his story, he divorced his wife of 12 years and married her niece. Yes. That happened.
That is some dirty.
That's some stuff. So yeah, Hulky is worth a lot of money, and
and apparently the wedding ceremony cost $3.2 million.
Well, he's got it.
Yep. And
now,
5 years after the couple first married in a civil ceremony, and the ceremony cost $3.2 million. And then he spoke openly about his journey and his bond with Camila Angelo.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't need to know anything more than that.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it there. I'm wondering because the word about Mauro was that he could go in January, so Galatasaray get something for him, but there hasn't been much talk about clubs lately. and you're getting into you're in the last week.
But doesn't Turkey have the additional week in the window too?
To bring people in, not to sell.
Okay.
Now he could go like to Brazil and they could bring him in. He could come to MLS. He could come in between now and April. I'm just saying. He was
certain Argentine manager.
If it doesn't work out,
I
no.
feel like a certain Argentine.
No, don't want that.
There's a certain Argentine manager in Atlanta who I think would sooner beat the dog out of that man the first time he stepped out of line.
The first time he stepped out of line, but if he scored goals and he didn't step out of line, and for all of his ridiculousness, and there's a lot of it.
Oh God!
I'm not saying it should happen. I'm just saying, like, his ridiculousness is personal life ridiculousness.
Yes.
Not like, not performing, not partying, not like it's never affected that. So
what if I just want it to happen now. So when he walks on the field and walks across to Messi and has to talk to him.
Yeah, I'm saying he's going to end up in Montreal. Joey Saputo will do something crazy.
Nick, can you imagine a road trip to Nashville? Wanda on Broadway.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
That's a miniseries in and of itself.
Wow.
And that's the title. You got the title right there, Wanda on Broadway. That's exactly
she could start a show for Argentine television about finding like the next country star and make so much money.
Oh my God.
Because I mean, you remember when the Boca fans went to Nashville?
Oh, they loved
it.
And
took over Broadway on a Monday night.
Fantastic.
And like they're singing their songs, and like people are trying to perform, and they're just like, "Well, crap, we just got to sing what they're singing. We don't even know what they're singing." Just chaos. But yeah, I'm curious where he's going to.
Would be a nightmare too. Jesus Christ!
Tell me I'm wrong.
Handlers with him.
Yeah, I don't think that's the concern. You're just glad that Mauro Icardi's not linked with Milan anymore.
Completely.
He was.
but he wants to throw the grenade into Atlanta.
Hey.
That man's going, hey, you know what, though? Give him a show going around with all the restaurants in town, all the nice restaurants.
Look, it is not it's not my intent to bring home any zoo creatures whatsoever, but what I'm saying is...
Ideas, Mio.
All right, Mauro to Atlanta. We're not saying it'll happen, but now we're speaking into existence.
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh, you'd have to clear a DP spot. That man's not coming for TAM money.
No, well, I mean, I don't know where he's gonna go.
Nick has ascended.
Icardi brings home a giraffe. And he's like in Buckhead with his Buckhead condo.
You guys would see me.
Fabrizio's gonna tweet it, and Nick's just gonna be like.
Like you would see me pitch side doing the Eddie Guerrero like.
Oh yeah.
He's not going to Milan.
Nick's doing the Eddie Guerrero on the pitch. Just,
Speaking of which, we need to have Dirty Dom.
He goes to Wanda and he goes, Mamacita.
On the final day, signs in Milan. Amazing.
All right. Well,
that's great.
We're going to break the city of Atlanta during the World Cup.
Let's not do that. Mauro, go to Brazil. You'll enjoy it. Have fun. Go to Bangu, for example. Go to Bangu and just enjoy yourself. Carnival. Maybe create some like fake lottery games. That is it for soccer over there. Probably, thankfully, before we get ourselves in trouble. That's Nick. That's Jarrett. That's John. John, what do you have on SDH AM in the morning?
We have Kaylor Hodges from the USL show looking at the month that was in USL. A lot of players, a lot of movement, and a lot actually in Birmingham. Birmingham Legion. We talked front office. We talked touchline. We talked retirements and folks in, folks out. What he's looking at is we're getting close to 5 weeks away from the beginning of the regular season, and they still have a CBA to negotiate. So we talk about that as well. We also hear from Inter Miami. They have an opportunity for speaking to the press, Dane St. Clair, Rocco Rios Novo, and we also get to check in on Dallas after their win over Brøndby in preseason action tomorrow.
With Bartosz Schliess scoring a goal for Brøndby.
Heck.
Very good to see. Morning Espresso before that.
RSL beat RSL. He scored a goal against RSL today.
He scored a goal against RSL. Brøndby plays Dallas tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Brøndby's just playing every day, so and that's just chaos.
It's one of those Atlantic Cups. There's 4 teams, 2 of them from MLS, 2 of them from Europe.
Yeah, they're probably playing like 30
RSL
minutes
plays Dallas tomorrow, I think, or the next day.
chaos. They're probably playing like Kings League rules or something. It's ridiculous. That's my impression of it. They'll probably be 35-yard shootouts.
Yeah, it's TST tournaments.
Yeah,
rules.
basically.
Yeah.
All the chaos.
Nicholas Simmons scored today, by the way, the number 3 pick in the Super Draft. So
Rock and jock style for the Atlantic Cup, whatever.
Dan Cortez.
Basically. That'll do it for soccer over there. See y'all later.
That's a beat.